We've given people plenty of time.
Well, it depends on the thing and who it's with.
Greetings and salutations, everyone, live from the Blue Cheese Room here in the Dark Side of the Moon. This is Oblivion Unchained. Yay! I am your host, the Loophole King. These are the guys. We're going to play some D&D today. We're going to do our introductions and get down to it. Manam, now your head is not on the thing. I'll fix it. Just do your introduction. I'll fix you. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
You don't, I don't know what to do with you anymore.
What? I did not do anything wrong.
You didn't do
hello,
anything
everyone.
wrong. Yeah, sure you didn't do anything wrong. I believe you.
Hello, everyone. This is Manam. This is Muhammad Al-Salama. I play Joragal, Orient, Jorazaya. Lot of name to keep up. A prince, a rogue, a warlord, a tactician, and a lot of nickname and work name or whatever they called it.
We need a spreadsheet.
Yeah, we need that. And the champion of Thandra. We're doing good. Hopefully, we're doing good, right? Right?
well, we're kind of close there, baby. Hi, I'm Sai. I'm playing Ember. Yeah, we're about to take on something that looks like a cross between a bogey and an evil bagpipe of doom. Probably not a good thing.
Hi, I'm Tom. I play Krankus, the Barbarian, the Minotaur Barbarian. Yeah, it's a fight. What could go wrong?
Yeah, you guys didn't bother to heal or anything before you got up there. That can't possibly go wrong, right?
Of course not. No.
I'm half Ember now.
You're
Actually,
half member.
No, I am one Ember.
You're an Ember. You lucky
One.
person.
Wait for this to load for me. Something I may have to restart this real quick.
Oh
It's
no.
being really laggy. So I'm going to do that.
And
Unfortunately.
I'll make another cup of coffee.
Uh,
Coffee is life.
yes. Sai, do you want to give everybody the story so far while we reload this real quick?
Yeah, we're in a spire. A spire is basically a chaotic environment, and we're kind of struggling against the influence of Slozakar, who is the embodiment of chaos. We are working to try and align the spire in the correct way to ensure that my grandfather, Typhon, never, ever, ever escapes hell. We've also found out that if he escapes hell, it's serving another master, because that master wants this world destroyed. So we've got more than one reason to keep grandfather safely locked away and all the orbs kept in a safe place, which is what we're trying to do at the moment. And unfortunately, there is a evil bagpipe of doom trying to stop us. Does that pretty much cover it? There's a little more detail involved. But primarily, that's about it. And we're just about to roll initiative, if I remember correctly.
Take time before it's load.
Yeah, well, you might as well pop off and go and get your coffee now, buddy.
It's doing the
Drip, drip, drip.
Yeah.
Percolating. Percolating
Yeah.
is the word. Is the word that you're looking for.
Yeah. Funny story and sad story for me. Uh, I wanted to write something and I write it wrong and it came wrong. I will leave
Okay.
it with that. I will keep it mysterious and minimal. I want to say my character scratch his nose, and I will say rib his nose, like rubbing his nose, and I write that in a way it will become wrong.
He picked his nose, did he?
Yeah. And
Let's
like
see if
the
this
DM,
helps.
like, hmm?
So let's see if this helps. All right. That's better.
Another funny story. I have a friend now. I'm not joking. Every time I write something in the chat as a role play, he fixes all my writing and write it again down. That's why I stopped using Google. No, not Google. Grammarly. Did I write that right?
All right. Let's see if this will catch up this time.
Okay, I'm currently on my. I'm logging in because it kicked us out.
Yeah, give me a second because it is taking forever.
No, it's just loading in now.
Yeah.
Whatever you
Well,
did,
I'm
unlocked
saying
the
for me, it's taking forever.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
Okay, there we go. We got some stuff going on. All right. Let's get my nom in here. Always waiting on my nom.
And there is the giant bagpipe of doom.
Yes.
It's okay. Now it's loading for me.
Looks like a cross between a large bogey or booger, if you're American, and
There we go.
Oh my god.
It's like a giant virus.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a giant virus.
which is not good.
No.
Ah.
You can see the little aura thing there pulsing around it. This map was provided by Pogs Props. Check them out on Patreon. Thank you. If I use one of your maps and I don't tell people where to go, I apologize. Sometimes I forget. I am old and I do have about 37 spinning plates at any one time. So I do try to give everybody their due when I use one of their things. But we are going to go straight into combat because that is how we roll.
I can't get mine to load.
You can't get your what to load.
Foundry.
Oh. I'm going to try reload. Try starting over again.
I have done it 4 times.
Oh.
Tried different browser.
It take time, by the way, Tom. Like literally, it took me 6 minutes to until it's fully load. So
All
you
right,
need to leave
I'll
it.
wait. I'll leave it go then. Maybe I'm just.
Let me know when you want us to go for the whole initiative thingy.
Go ahead and roll
Okay. Rolling.
if you're here.
Okay.
Rolling with advantage. because foresight.
Mm-hmm.
Hell. 32. Jesus, we're wet. Real. Just wasting a great slow.
I think this is one of the.
What did you do now, Tom?
What? Oh, it's not me. Okay.
Aha, there's Tom.
wait, now I'm in. Now I'm in. Now I
There
see.
you are. All right, waiting on you to roll for combat.
All right. Come on.
By the way, the game is paused.
No, it's not.
Mine says game paused as well.
Yes.
Now it's on
No,
pause.
it's not.
Mine there's no active encounter.
All right.
I can see your name in the tracking list.
Me too.
I see all you guys. I mean, yeah, that's.
Here, let me do this. Remove combatant. Let's re-add you. There. Is that better?
Nope.
Do you roll with advantage?
Yes.
Wow, Ember got better than you did.
I
Usual.
I rolled a 7. Yeah.
Faster than the beastie.
I rolled a 5 and a 7. Yeah.
All right. Let us start with the thing that is most important. I need everyone to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, right from the bat.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
An intelligence saving.
What saving throw?
An intelligence saving
Intelligence
throw.
saving throw.
Krankus makes his. Jorah
One
makes
thing I
his.
know for-
Make it.
It's my
I need to.
intelligence.
I should roll that again. I get.
It's you have advantage. Oh.
14,
right.
I probably failed.
You have disadvantage on all wisdom and charisma saving throws until the start of its next turn.
I'm rolling at normal then for those.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Jorah, you're up. Oh, I'm getting feedback again.
From I don't
Somebody.
think it's from me.
I think it's from Tom.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, immediately look, like taking out my shield and sword, and I'll lunge and I stop, look at Krankus like, what the hell are you doing? Go ahead! And I will give him my turn.
okay. Krankus's initiative moves to a 32.
All right.
And Jorah's goes to a 13. All right, Krankus, this thing is about 10, 12 feet off the ground.
All right. So I'm gonna rage,
All right,
and I'm gonna start throwing my hammer.
hammer time.
Dum 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 dum.
Well,
27.
that will hit it. Doesn't have. Okay. It takes it.
All right.
Once more again with feeling.
Yes. It's probably gonna miss.
Nope, that hits.
All right. So another 17.
Oh,
Then. Just so we're not all lined up together.
Yeah, was thinking precisely
And
the same thing myself.
And that's my turn. He said he's in the air, so flanking's not going to matter.
Plus, it's bigger than you anyway. Ember, your turn. Oh wait, I'm
For
sorry.
my
Hold on a
action-
second. Hold on a second.
Yep.
It is going to use one of its legendary actions.
Mm-hmm.
To-do. It will use. Let's see. Roll a d8. Where's my d8 here? D8. 2. Krampus. One of the squiggly things that looks like it may or may not have multiple eyeballs on it. Kind of turns in your direction. Give me and a greenish ray shoots out of it and hits you. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that was good.
Tom?
I'm trying to reload it, so can you roll it for me, please?
Sure.
Because I'm still not showing anything in the combat stuff, though.
Oh, well, you really don't need to see it. It's just for me, mostly.
Yeah.
You do not have advantage on con saves, right?
That is correct.
You make it.
Saves when you're raging.
Yay!
Yeah.
Raging knowing the strength.
All right. Continue your turn, Miss Ember.
Right. Action.
Oh, please describe that to the viewers.
I stand there and close my eyes. I put my arms out, almost like in a sort of crucifix position. And when my eyes open, they are blazing neon green, and the entire outline of my body. It looks like spectral neon green fire. And the bonus action to Krampus,
Alright.
ping him off an inspiration.
All right.
Movement to move over here. Wing. I'm floating up in the air using the levitate that this allows me to. So I'm now floating about 10 feet off the ground.
Okay. Is that it?
Action, bonus action, move. Yep, that's it, mate. Literally, Ember's eyes are like blazing green, and she's floating in the air in a fairly kind of hand slightly down to one side, superhero pose.
Another eye shoots out at you. This one's kind of a pinkish red color. Please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. $21.
You make it. Nothing happens. Jorah, your turn.
Okay.
This thing seems to be behaving kind of like a beholder, almost. But you can feel like this aura of evil and like chaotic energy kind of swirling around you.
I'm watching this creature like standing still, did not move or do anything. Like knowing, like, and he is like floating 10 feet in the air. Sadly, I don't have any way to reach it. So Jor like, okay, if you want to stay there, stay there. And holding my sword and sword and point my hand and steady aim and shoot a firebolt with advantage.
Go ahead.
Does 19 hit?
That does hit.
Okay, and
It doesn't look like it did as much damage as you thought it should. Like you see
Oh.
the firebolt hit it, and the flames kind of trickle around it just a little bit, and then it kind of like you can hear the gooiness of it doesn't really catch fire the way it would normally react on somebody else.
okay.
Okay, I've banged on the temporary hit points that I get as well.
Okay.
Just so you know. Rick.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. No, like looking into my hand, like, God damn it! I cannot move, so that will be my turn.
All right. Another ray. This one seems to be a ghostly pale green. Fires from a different eye and strikes Jorah. Please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Okay.
You make it.
Oh, that's his third legendary action. Wow. This is not good.
Now its turn. It lets out a enormous, violent scream,
Oh, Christ.
and you hear. It sounds like 1,000 different voices all echoing in your head at once. Starting with Krankus. I need a wisdom save, please.
Is that everybody or just?
Well, I'm starting
it's
one at a time.
All right.
Krankus. That is a fail. So Krankus will take full damage from this.
What type of damage is it?
Psychic.
Okay, I'm immune.
All right. But you still have to make the saving throw. So Krankus, did that apply to you?
Yes, it did.
Okay. And you failed it by 5 or more, so you are incapacitated until the start of its next turn.
Oh God.
Jorah. Wisdom save.
Okay. Yes.
All right, so you take half damage.
Okay.
Ember, saving throw, please. It's a wisdom save. You take no damage from it, and you did not fail it by 5 or more, so you are fine.
Lovely jubbly.
Let me make sure that I did the math right here. Nope. Okay. It moves, floats a little bit towards Krankus. And then it will take some tentacle attacks. You were incapacitated, which means you don't get your... Hold on a
No, he's
second.
still raging. Yeah.
Well, no.
I'm still raging, but I don't get my reaction to knock it away, which it wouldn't matter anyway, because I couldn't get it high enough to knock it away.
Right. I just want to double check that before I say you don't. Incapacitated. Can't take actions or reactions. Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So that hits Krankus. Oh, I applied it to the wrong thing. I do that. Krankus takes the damage. And Krankus is now grappled.
So it does the entropic. It does the entropic scream and the tentacle.
Yes, if it has it available.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I'm sorry, Krankus. Let me heal you back for the. Did that heal you back? That did not heal you back. There you go. So you
No,
take.
back to where it was.
Okay, so you take 14 points of damage, please. You're gonna have to do that because you take half of the bludgeoning and all of the necrotic. And then it will take its next one on you with advantage.
Can't do anything.
Oh, why it rolled? Okay. The 20 misses you? No, you haven't.
No.
20, you have a 20 armor class. Okay, so.
I mean, 18. My armor class is 18. I don't know why it thinks that 20 would miss.
Because it says your armor class is 20. On your. You can remember, I think you get a bonus. Why is it doing that? So you take 17 points of damage.
Ouchie.
It is ouchie.
All right, so the 28 that it rolled the first time, I don't know why it keeps doing that. The 28 it rolled the first time. So you take another 18 points of damage. Ember, you are now no longer have disadvantage on your saving throws because that was its turn. Krankus.
Yep.
Let me see here.
Incapacitated, isn't he?
Yes, you're incapacitated. And you do not get a saving throw. You're just incapacitated until the start of its next turn. So, incapacitated, you can't take actions or reactions, but you can move. But you can't move because you're grappled.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have a bonus action, you can use those.
I can keep raging.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you can keep raging. All right, awesome.
Well, you've got relentless rage anyway, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, he took damage, so he's going to continue to rage. I just wondered if he had a different bonus action that he would like to do. Okay. Into your turn. Oh, same one. Jorah, wisdom save, please.
Okay.
As the eye that tried to shoot Ember tries to shoot you. Nothing happens. Ember, your turn.
Right. I'm going to use a bonus action to hit it with...
Oh, wait a minute. Krankus, for next time, you need to remember you do have a Bardic Inspiration you could have used on your wisdom save. But you didn't choose to use it, but please remember that. Okay, what would you like to do, Ember?
Action unsettling words. The evil snotbat.
All right.
Okay. And then I'm going to hit it with...
Well, what's unsettling words?
Unsettling words is a bonus action. It's an ability.
It's a bonus action. All right, so you spend one of your things.
That's right. So I've used 2.
Mm-hmm.
Got 4 left. 5. No, 3 left. and I'm banging that right there.
Okay.
Wow.
But he
roll
needs
your,
to
roll your d12.
D12. 18. That fails the saving throw. My DC's 19.
All right.
So he takes 34 points of psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And after a failed save, the target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration.
Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I ain't getting close to the bloody thing.
Ooh, 6. That's a new one. What happens to Ember? Give me a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, at least I do have advantage on these. Saving throw 9. I think I'll use my. Try that again. 20.
You make it.
Getting.
This one was a silver, a dark silver beam.
Okay.
Jorah.
Okay. Did I see the psychic damage take full effect on that thing?
Give me a medicine check.
Medicine. I'm not good with it. I'll try. 10.
You're pretty sure it worked.
Hmm.
I mean, it's hard to tell. It is a writhing mass of goo and
Yeah.
tentacles.
Yeah.
And the tentacles kind of like one tentacle will seep in and go away, and another one will come out. It's
As
really
a general
kind
rule of thumb,
yeah.
it's far less likely to be immune or resistant to psychic or force damage than it is to be to fire damage, my friend.
Yeah. Don't know.
And you know the fire damage last time was resisted, so it's
Yeah.
worth maybe.
It is still up in the air.
Yes.
How high up in the air is it? About 10,
12
15?
feet.
12 feet. It says so right above it.
12 feet.
12 feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
I will do
Oh
something.
yes, it does. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay, I'll do something. If you allow that, I will run in. I have a lot of movement. Run in one of the wall. Then I will jump because I have movement climbing. Then I will jump at him and attack him. Can I do that? So I'll
So
run here
you want to run to there, then run up the wall
and jump at him.
and jump at it. Sure. Go
Because
ahead.
I think do I have to roll anything?
You will have to give me an athletics check.
I'm happy.
Yeah. All right.
26.
You come at it. Give me an attack roll.
Only one attack, right?
Yep.
Okay, what's that?
You hit.
And give me a second if I remember right. Yeah, I have two. I will pump 2 charges, so I will have 0. To make sure, right? 2. I have 1, 2. Yeah, 2. And I will pump 2 charges on this thing, doing right. I will jump while I stab him. I will call the name of the goddess and pump the radiant damage as 20 damage extra.
Okay.
You're yelling my name, are you?
Sandra.
Well, you didn't specify.
I will shout. I said the name of my god, the god. So and I think I and I fall down. I think I take full damage. I don't know.
Huh? No.
If it's less than 10 feet, you don't take full damage. Or if it's
Well, he had to run
I
up
think
20
it's-
feet. He had to run up 20 feet.
Oh, I have.
Okay.
I had to run 20 feet. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
I wish to like.
I mean, if you want to just jump straight across at it, that's a little harder. I assumed you wanted to get up so you can jump, and land
On
coming
it.
down on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you do have
Yeah, fair
40. You do have 45 feet of movement, right?
Yeah. I think it's.
With
Yeah, 40.
yeah, because you're using your dash, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me another athletics or acrobatics check to see if you land on your feet.
I prefer athletic because muscle head.
Okay, so you land on your feet, and you are right there.
Okay. Sadly, I cannot do anything more. I have extra attack, but I cannot use it.
No.
That and yeah, and I don't have any movement anymore. Yes.
All
I
right,
have-
give me a
that-
Constitution save, please.
Oh my God, that will be not good. I'm not good with these things. I
Oh.
will use my inspiration
Okay, go ahead.
because I hate Constitution. Please work. 18.
That works. As the sickly green beam strikes you, you kind of feel it. You feel your muscles kind of tense up a little bit, and you're like, "No, no!" And you fight it off.
Okay, thanks God.
Its turn.
What color was that? Was that a
That was the sickly green one. That was the one that tried to hit
Right,
Krakus the first time.
Yeah. Okay. I just trying to keep it.
Does not recharge. Let me see if I can have more than one person grappled at a time. I can. All right. So, well, first attack on Krakus.
He take full damage. Oh.
Oh.
Jesus wept.
Oh God.
Well, I won't need to roll it again.
Not much point, really.
No.
So it's getting the 3 I-beam attacks, and it's getting how many tentacle attacks? 3 attacks as well?
3.
Okay, so it's getting 6 attacks a round. That's a lot.
All right. So let me do some math here. 24. So it's 30.
Oh, wait. It's got a minus 1d6 from the roll.
Oh,
Doesn't
that's
matter,
right.
It's natural 20.
Yeah, but it reduces it. Does that mean it's not a crit anymore?
No, because it would have to lower it under
Fair enough.
what would hit.
Yeah.
If it would miss him,
Right.
like if you rolled it high enough
Yeah.
that it would miss, then no, it would be a normal attack. But since you can't literally get it low enough, so we're looking at 24, 30 plus 8, so 38, which is halved to 19 Krakus. So you take 19 from the bludgeoning, and then you take 12 plus 7 is another 19 points of necrotic damage. Second attack.
Oh my God.
So another 38.
See? Jesus Christ.
Because it's literally 1 point more than it did last time, so it's the same because you take half.
Yeah.
And then the third attack on Jorah. 18 misses you.
18 actually hit. Can I? No, I did not say that out loud last
What?
time. I'm holding the book in my hand, but it doesn't matter.
Well, you're not holding the book in your hand. You're holding your sword and your shield that you
Yeah,
said.
yeah. So, yeah. Because of that, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you will take.
I will
does
use
it do that?
reaction.
To
I'll
half
use
it?
reaction to yeah.
Okay, so it's 27. Or, I'm sorry,
Actually,
21.
13.
21. No, so it's half of 21, so you take 11. No, on the start of its turn, on the start of Krankus' turn, he will take 2d10 or 2d6 points of damage, but it's adding that as a second roll inside the mechanic for some reason. I don't know why. Let me see if I
So
can.
how much
So he
damage?
shouldn't be taking any additional damage per round because it's already been taken off.
Here, let me just delete that. There we go. All right. So did you do that, Madame?
The
11.
uncanny, yeah, uncanny damage.
Yeah,
So
you take
I
11.
take. Okay, I take 11.
You take 11. And that's the end of its turn. Going to Krankus. Krankus, you will take the start of your turn. You are no longer incapacitated right now.
Or grappled.
No, he is still grappled. And you take
grappled.
Huh?
Still grappled. But
Yeah, still grappled. You take 10 points of necrotic damage.
All right, so last turn when he hit me, he dropped me to 0. I did the DC 10 con save and I
Yeah.
passed, so I was back up to 1. So now it's a DC 15 con save to stay at 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still at 1.
Yeah.
It's now DC 20.
Okay,
I'm
you're
up.
no longer incapacitated. But you are still grappled.
Okay. So I'm going to. Can I use the? So I'm grappled. If I hit,
If you attack it, you have disadvantage. If you reckless while you're doing it, because it has advantage on you anyway, because you're grappled, it would just be a straight roll.
we'll go. You might as well go reckless. It's got advantage anyway, buddy.
Yeah.
So you might as well make
Or
it
you can
take
spend your turn, or you can spend your action to break free.
no. I'm gonna go reckless.
Okay.
Hold on.
more. Good luck, sir. Don't forget you've got a bardic inspiration.
I know. Thank you. All right.
Straight roll. Okay. So.
No, it's supposed to be reckless, but I held shit, but I don't know.
Well, you don't need
Hey,
to
if
because
it's
it's a
out-
straight roll. You have disadvantage plus advantage, so it's
Alright.
just a straight roll. So
So
you
there's
hit
14.
it. Yep. You hit it again.
And can I bite into the tentacle? That's
You sure can.
Now,
By the way, it's
What?
missing the rage damage.
Huh?
It's missing the rage
No,
damage.
there's. Oh, so 6 more points, or 9 more points.
3
9. It's plus 3, isn't it?
Yeah, 9.
plus 3 each time.
Yeah. So. Okay.
And then I am going
Oh,
to.
so then it missed it off the last one. So.
Just for the hell. My one bonus action. Woohoo!
All right. End of your turn.
So when I bite it, did I get any? Was I able to use? Did I
Yeah.
get
Yeah, it's a thing. Oh, this is a
All
new
right.
one too. Ooh. Renam,
Yeah.
a black energy bolt shoots out from an eye. This is a new one. It kind of just like grows. This one just looks right at you. It's kind of this eye looks like it's blinded. You know how that milky white look in a blinded eye, and it shoots a deep dark black beam at you. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm not good with these. Oh, that nut will be not good. Oh,
You fail.
Mm-hmm.
You take 39 points of necrotic
Ouch.
oh. Do I want me to remove that part, or you don't want to remove it?
You're gonna have to remove it because it doesn't give me the ability to subtract it from you.
Okay. Ow.
Ember, your turn.
Yes, my dear boy. Right. I've already hit him with synaptic static.
Yep. You are remembering to cast it as if it was a level higher, right?
Yeah. Oh. No, I didn't. Not that one.
Yeah. Every spell you cast is as if it's one level higher. Remember?
Yeah.
It doesn't use the spell slot. So if it's a damage spell, just tell me what the dice is and roll another one.
Another one. Yeah, okay, no problem. Right. Think I'm gonna hit this guy with Mind Spike.
Okay.
Third. I'll just cast it at third level and then swap the spell slots around. That's right.
So that is a D8. So throw me an extra D8 out there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
25.
25. Yeah.
What else does it do?
It also a failed save. You also don't always know the target's location until the spell ends, but only while the two of you are on the same plane of existence.
Okay.
And if it's invisible, it can't gain advantage from that from me. So I always know where it is.
Oh, okay. Any bonus actions or movement?
Let me just check something. That's it.
That's it?
I'm close to this bloody thing.
Manam, wisdom save, please.
Okay.
This time it is a light purple ray that shoots out at you.
Yet.
Oh God. Oh, bad.
Yes, not good.
Well, you're definitely prone.
He is now.
Let me double check. What's this? Oh, yes. Manam, you are unconscious and fall to the ground as you go to sleep.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
Punk.
God damn it.
Yeah. Asleep you go. Punk.
Okay.
Jorah's turn.
I was going to say. Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, Kara.
Jorah's turn. Jorah does nothing on his turn because he's sleeping. So this thing will zot at the end of his turn. Oh, another one. Evens its Ember, odds it's Krankus. Krankus. Wisdom save. This is the same beam.
Shit.
I don't think the inspiration's gonna get me. Well, I have regular inspiration, so I'm gonna roll it again too from before.
Well, even if the bardic inspiration doesn't work, you get to keep it, which you may
Alright, so
which you might be able to use with your regular inspiration.
Yep.
So I have to. You want me to roll it again?
Well, you get a D12. I mean, if you roll a 12, you might make it.
Nope.
It didn't.
Oh,
So
now the
now you
regular-
use your regular inspiration. You roll with advantage, and you still have a D12.
One more go, buddy.
No, you roll with advantage. You just rolled up.
One more wisdom save, buddy.
Oh,
21. That ought to do it. Yeah. Rick?
It looks like he's targeting me. I can't hear him.
Yes, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. It looks like it's targeting. It is targeting Krankus. Sorry, I was muted for some reason.
Well, hopefully he's made the same.
29.
Hits
So,
regardless.
so you take 5 plus 12.
Yay! 1 hit point. Still up.
Second attack. An 18 will hit you. Let's see if it crits.
I'm gonna use my tail to knock it aside.
Nice one.
And my
Okay.
armor class is an 18.
All right, so that one misses.
He's gonna hit me because I can't knock it aside.
And
So it doesn't matter.
29. Okay, so 29 hits you. That drops you to 0. Go ahead and roll your. You got it. You're at
I'm
1
back
hit
up to
point.
1.
You're at 1 hit point. This thing's having a hard time bringing Krankus down. It does not like that.
Really enjoying that. I'm really liking that.
Krankus, you take
Yeah.
6 points of necrotic damage. Let's see, 15, 20, 25. Nope. Down you go.
Down.
Well, actually, it's a saving throw, so you do get to add your Bardic Inspiration because you did not use it last time because you rolled with advantage. They made it and did not have to
Good
use
point.
it.
Mhm.
Still not enough. Krankus is at 0.
Jesus Christ. Alright.
End of Krankus' turn. Ember, you get this one. Oh. Constitution save, please.
I do have a.
Yep, you do have advantage on all your saving throws.
Shit.
You take 30
Right.
necrotic damage.
Okay, that comes off my 10 hit points.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It's your turn.
That's for the
Yep.
concentration. Concentration on Mind Spike, which I'm going to drop anyway. I don't
Okay.
need to know where it is. Okay. Right.
It's looking pretty bad. Also, you see, you can hear Jorah snoring.
I know. Right.
You can goose him.
Well, that is tempting. I'm just having. Bear with me a second because I really need to think about this.
or you could just
Okay.
heal, or you could do all sorts of things. What would you like to do?
I know. I'm going to move.
Sure, you want to get within whacking distance?
I have a plan.
Okay.
Movement. Action. Kick Jorah awake.
Look.
Okay.
Ow!
Jorah, you are awake now. You take.
Bonus.
Well, first,
Oh.
roll me a d4.
D4.
Yep. You take 2 points of damage, Jorah. And she unceremoniously kicks the crap out of you in your ribs.
I mean, that's adorable, but
Which you had
shake
to levitate down to 5 feet to do that.
Yeah, that's all right. And I'm now going to use my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Misty Step. And back 10 feet back up in the air again.
All right, back over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe that means Jorah gets a chance to.
Yeah, well,
He's
let's
now
see.
awake.
Ooh, that's a new one. Oh, no, tried that one on you before. It wanted to bite you, but it couldn't. So it will zot you with the silvery ray again, or the light blue one. Give me a strength check, strength saving throw, please, Ember. Holy crap. That'll do it.
nice.
Oh, beast, you cannot hold me.
You are no longer concentrating.
No. I dropped the concentration on Mind Spike. I don't need it.
Okay. Jorah,
Okay,
you're laying on the ground.
yeah, I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
Okay, that
Oh,
wasn't.
I tell you what we did forget. We did forget that all of his attacks are minus 1d6, but we'll remember that for next time.
Yeah, it will hit a 27 and a.
I know.
I know.
Okay, I'm fixing
Saying for
something.
future reference, we ought to.
Well, yeah, but it's it's not anymore, is it? It's only one.
Yeah. It's for
No,
1
it
minute.
is all
Oh, for 1
for
minute.
entire
Okay.
1 minute. Yeah.
All right,
Quick
Jorah.
question:
10 rounds of combat, and this is this is the third round.
How dim is this place?
Oh
it's
no,
very
it's really it's very bright.
Oh, okay, so imagine that. I need to hit him. So you see Jorah like, I'm gonna really, and I hope that works, as I put my hand and create my shadow blade from water. But this
Okay.
time it's running with more strength as I cast at the 3rd level
Okay.
Boom.
and turn it, and I will. It is still 12 feet in the air, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sadly I cannot do anything about that. I will shock it on him.
You will what?
Through the Shadow Blade on him.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Where's my Shadow Blade?
That hits. Take some
And
damage.
sadly, I cannot do anything else. I have a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
I can't disengage, but I'm not sure if I want to leave Krankus alone. Yeah, I'm gonna stay holding my shield, like preparing to fight this creature. That will be my turn.
Okay.
You don't get a sneak attack, do you?
No.
No. Sadly, there's no
No.
one close to me. Yeah.
I thought it was grappling Krankus, and therefore, technically.
It should be 5 feet.
No, because it is grappling Krankus, but Krankus is unconscious. He does not pose a threat, which means that
Fair
that
enough.
doesn't.
Good point.
Uh,
Yeah. Fair.
Jorah.
The gases escaping my body should be posing a threat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jorah.
Yes?
A new eye appears. This one looks like it looks like it's one of those multifaceted eyes, right? Like a bug.
Oh, shit.
And you see several tiny little beams shoot out, form one long beam, and hit you. I need a dex save, please.
Okay, this is the thing that I'm not good with it, but I'll try to do it. Saving throw.
Oof.
Okay. I'm not good in health.
For a rogue?
You are restrained.
Okay.
You must. You can repeat it at the end of its next turn.
Okay.
At the end of your turn. But this happens
So-
on the end of your next turn, because this happens at the end of your turn,
Okay.
and then it's its turn.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt. So let's target you. And then we're roll me a d6.
Okay.
Ember. No, Ember.
Ah.
So we know what to subtract off of all these attacks this round. -4. So Jorah, 14 misses you.
Or 10.
Actually, you have
But yeah,
advantage
either way.
Oh, he has advantage, doesn't he? Because you're restrained.
Yeah.
19,
This
With a
four,
minus
which is
4,
15.
which is a 15.
miss.
18 will miss, but the 19 will also miss. And then the 13 will miss, and the 26 will hit you.
Yeah.
22. Does 22 hit you?
Yes.
Yeah,
You will.
22. I will uncanny dodge that one. As I bend a little bit and
All right, you
use
take
my
50,
action.
you take 15 points of damage.
Okay. I'm still up.
No, I forgot to roll. Is this working? Nope, this is not working yet. Curses. Krankus. Death save, please. Oof.
Oh god.
Oh, don't worry, mate. You'll be up next round.
Don't you have advantage like Leon?
No. No. Only Leon was no consequences, Leon.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Jorah.
Yeah.
This time another eye appears. This one looks like kind of like a cat eye. And a small reddish beam hits you. I need a dex save, please.
I have disadvantage on these now because I'm. Oh wait, what's happened? No, there's something else. Move, save, disadvantage. 13.
Your speed is halved for 1
I
minute.
don't think he was going anywhere. Anyway.
This is a slowing ray, and you can't take reactions. And you can take either an action or a bonus action on your turn, but not both. And you can
Okay.
make the saving throw at the end of your turn to
So I
end
have
the effect.
two things I need to say.
Yes. Ember.
Right. Drop another. Right, I'm going to hit it with another synaptic static.
If ever there was a fight for you to hand out bardic inspiration like candy, this would be the one.
Trust me, it's happening next round. As my bonus action.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit. It's at 6. I can see the spell slot. I'm going to hit it there because I'm immune to psychic damage anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yes, but
Okay,
you
so
would
we
still
take another.
being immune to it doesn't prevent the secondary effect.
No.
Okay, so you made your saving throw, so you were not.
Yeah.
It needs to roll a d6 from this, right?
No.
Oh, not
the
as-
intelligence.
No, this
No, I
is
think
intelligence
it
save.
makes it save. It made it save on this one, so
Yeah.
it takes 13 more points of psychic damage. Actually, it should be more. Sorry, another d8 on top of that.
Yeah, so roll d8. 8, so 35,
17.
17. So
And
80. Hold on a second, I'm not done yet. 12 is. Let's see. Doing math. All right. Is that
then
it?
I'm going to move over. I'm going to move to.
There? Okay.
Actually,
There. Okay. Well, how are you moving? Hold on a second. How are you moving? You don't have a fly
well, if
speed.
necessary, I'll just. No, I got. Yeah, but I can just levitate down, run, and then just levitate back up again.
Okay. But that's 10 feet down and then 10 feet back up, so that's 20 feet of your movement.
Okay, so
So you basically have, if you're coming down to run and then come back up again, you basically have 10 feet of movement.
I've got. I'm there then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's still good enough.
A d8. 1. Oh, cool. Ember. The little pink one shoots at you.
Yeah.
Can you give me a wisdom save, please? All right,
That'll
nothing
do
happens.
Thank Christ for that.
Jorah, your turn.
Sadly, I cannot use bonus action to retrieve my Shadow Blade. And like I will extend my hand and point, like I'm still like restrained, extend my finger and as a bolt shoot at it with a disadvantage.
Yep.
Still 22.
Sure.
I know it's still half, but it's still good damage.
Mhm.
And I have 2 save. What's the save that I have to do?
You have a. Let's see here. They're both dexterity saves, I believe. Hold on a second. Yep, they're both dex saves. So give me a dex save. Disadvantage.
Does the strain give disadvantage? I think that. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I'm not good with.
Well, hold on. Let me double check. It may
Okay.
not. Let me. So many conditions.
Because I rolled natural 20 in the first one.
Yeah, hold on. Whoa. Yes, disadvantage on dex saves.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna. It will. be
Okay, so
very
you were
tough.
still slowed.
Okay, and another dex save.
Hold on. Wait a second. Yes, dex save.
Another dex save. Oh, sorry. That with the advantage,
Ooh.
it should be. It should be 16.
16?
Yeah,
You
plus my
just
dex.
made
It will
it. You just made
Okay.
it. You can feel your as you look down, you're like, okay, you fire the spell, you're like, I still can't move very fast, and then you look to see why, and you see little cracks and rock forming across your arm, and you kind of shake it loose. You are not petrified.
Oh my god! If I failed again, I will become a stone!
Yep.
Oh my god!
And now we will
Wow.
roll. Ooh. What's this one?
What's this thing?
Ah, yes. My favorite. odds and even. Oh, hold on 1 second, guys.
Mm.
Sorry, I had to take that. It was my son. He had Tuesday. He had all 4 of his wisdom teeth extracted surgically. So he has been. This is his first day back to school and work, and he's double checking to make sure. They wanted to make double check what time he took his meds.
Yeah, fair.
All right, so this is a big one. I'm going to give Jorah the option. Do you want to be odds or evens?
I'll go with odds.
All right. Here's the D6. Odds it is. Target Jorah. And we'll cast. Do you have a? You have a disadvantage.
18.
No, I don't have disadvantage because I break the restraint.
Yeah, he did.
Or did you break the
I have
restraint?
slow.
Oh.
Yeah, I have slow.
Oh, okay. All right, you make it.
It's just his movement is restricted, but he's not grappled or restrained.
Yeah, let me make sure.
Death Ray? What is that?
So does that mean he takes any damage, or does he still take damage?
No, evasion.
No, it's all. No, this isn't all. This is a saber suck.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Death? What is Death Ray? It's like death if it hit me?
Yeah, it's literally a ray of fucking necrotic death.
Yeah, it's a ray of necrotic death. It's 10d10.
It sounds. It is exactly what it sounds
Yes.
like, buddy. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Oh my god!
Just to let you know, the target dies if it reduces you 0 hit points. There's no this is if this 60 points brings you to 0, you're just fucking dead. No death saves or anything. You're done.
You're just toast.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Its turn.
Come on then, son. Come over here if you think you're odd enough.
Target Jorah. Roll my d6 for me. What am I taking? No. Ember. It's her spell. 2. That's not quite as effective.
No, but hey.
23. Does that hit you?
I don't have reaction, so yeah.
Okay. So you will take all of that. 24. Let me make sure that's doing it right still.
I have 1 hit point. Wow.
Yep. Second attack. 18. Does that hit you?
Yeah, I'm down.
Does 18 hit you? Oh yes,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, because he took off the big armor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not regretting that.
Not regretting that at all, are you?
Well,
All right.
yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah. And it will not care about keeping you grappled as it moves over to you. Targets Ember with the last attack.
Disadvantage. At disadvantage.
That's a 20. Do you have a reaction?
Is that a disadvantage?
Not yet.
Okay.
13.
13 misses then.
Okay. Oh, wait. I have one more thing to do. Nope. Let me make sure. Oh, it does. Give me a wisdom save because it will use the screen because it does recharge. Yeah, yes, I know. It's fine. Wisdom save.
16 or
Nice.
so you should do it.
Okay, so you only take half of this. You take 13.
Okay, so 30.
Oh no, it's psychic damage. You take none.
Ha 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 ha.
Krankus and Krankus, give me a wisdom save.
Isn't he dead?
He's at 0. So is Jorah.
Okay.
Krankus makes it. Jorah makes it. All right. One failed death save for each of you.
Okay.
Shit.
Krankus,
Okay, here we go.
death save. Ooh, he makes it. Ember, your turn.
Right. 5, 10. I'm moving to there.
All right, it's going to take a stack of opportunity on you.
Actually, if I move to there, then I'm still within its threat range, so it doesn't get one.
Okay.
My movement. Going to jam a potion down.
Actually, it still does because you're on the because you're on the floor.
But I don't leave its threat range.
It's got a 15-foot threat range. It's
10
12 feet
foot reach. Yeah.
No, it has a 15-foot
Yeah,
reach.
and I'm 5 foot tall.
Right. No,
Yeah, so
you're 4 foot something, as you like to remind me at every turn.
Yeah, exactly. 4'7", but the point is, if it's 12 feet up in the air and I'm 4'7", that puts me at 8 feet difference.
But when
So I'm within its threat range.
You are 15 feet away from it right now because of the measuring. You're 10 feet away from it from the center of it, from its body. Let me do this probably next. Yeah, it's 10 feet. All right, I'll give it to you.
Okay, so I'm going to show a potion. I've only got a level potion. Jorah, sorry about this, but you're getting what I got. Okay, you got 4 points hit points back, Jorah, and now I'm going to, and I will cast Healing Word.
What level?
4th level, so it's at 5th level in total.
Okay. So 19.
So that's 19
plus another D4.
Yeah.
23 to Krankus.
23 on Krankus. Yeah.
Right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
But it does mean Jorah is up.
It can sense all 3 of you, so Ember's 1-2, Krankus is 3-4, Jorah's 5-6. Krankus, give me a wisdom save, please. As you wake up, you're like, I'm feeling much better now, and
Wow, nice.
15.
Crank has been rolling hard. I love it.
yep,
We've needed it, seriously.
yes, you have. Jorah, you have 4 hit points.
I'm still alive. Wake up, looking to Ember. Look to Krankus. It's good. Okay.
Kill it.
I'm gonna try. I will use my half movement to stand up. Okay, bastard, and extend my hand. Bonus action. and steady aim and shoot it with advantage with a firebolt, because literally,
It's a good move.
I cannot do anything
Okay.
without that.
Go ahead.
Target. Firebolt. Wait, do I have something? Give me a second. Sorry, give me a second.
It's fine. You guys are trying not to die. Krampus was close though. I almost got my first kill.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I had Revivify prepared.
Okay.
Yeah, but he would be
Firebolt.
technically dead before the Revivify.
I'm
I
just
don't
trying
think
to
that's
avoid
it.
that. I'm working on it, buddy. I'm
You
working
miss.
on it.
Yeah. And sadly, that with advantage. God frigging. Yeah, that will be my turn.
Okay, so
sadly.
Jorah is the one that gets the bolt.
What bolt?
Number 5. Eyeball.
Oh.
Constitution saving throw, please, sir. As the black beam, dead eye kind of comes out again.
15.
That is not enough.
Okay.
43 points of necrotic damage.
You do happen to have a bardic inspiration, my friend.
I do. I don't remember giving.
Nope, you didn't give
I
him
gave
one.
it to you.
No, you didn't.
So
You have not given
What's
him one.
that-
You gave one to Krampus, and you were going to do it this turn, but you had to run over and save them both
yeah.
'Cause
So
you-
sadly,
Okay.
because you use
Yeah,
your
sadly, I've got-
your action to pour the potion and bonus action to heal Krampus. So you're at 0.
Okay,
That-
fair enough. So
wait. Give me a moment. As it hits me,
Mhm.
and the energy hits my chest, at all of it absorbed by the necklace,
What
by
necklace?
the amulet.
All right, let's check this amulet out here.
I hope it's this one.
if that does that, that's a very, very clutch play. But
Ah. Yes.
And as I
you expend one of your
and it-
charges.
take my and I put it in my hand, circle in it, and shoot it back at him.
All right.
So I will
Roll
roll.
to hit.
So it will
Range.
be
It's your
1d
ranged spell attack.
Yeah, 1d20 plus 6 plus 3. 29. Is that a natural 20? Natural 20! It is natural 20! Yes! Please tell me that's crit.
It's a roll to hit. So yeah,
Oh god!
and there's no save.
Oh god! But question.
Go ahead. How's it happen?
As it hits Jorah in the chest, but the moment it hit him, the amulet starts glowing back, and he looked to it, and it starts absorbing it. He starts putting his hand together as the water and the necrotic energy starts circling, and look to it. You bastard, strong asshole! I will give you that. I will give that back to you. And shoots ray of water and necrotic energy at him as it hits wherever middle of this creature, and like literally piercing him and eating his flesh away.
As the creature
Nice
starts,
one.
as the creature starts to die, the tentacle, you see it start to pulse. Tentacles and the eyes come out, and the rays are shooting everywhere. None of them are actually hitting you, but you see it releasing all sorts of this chaotic energy as it starts to shrivel, and you hear a loud voice deep in your mind. This is not the end. I will return. I will have it. And then, voop,
yeah,
as the creature disappears.
for right now, sucker.
Oh, that
And we are
is
out of combat.
awesome. That is awesome.
That was clutch. Because the regular
Yeah.
43 wasn't enough to kill it. Like just hitting it back
No.
was not enough to kill it.
Yeah, it's like what 16d8 if I like crit.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
that was-
I
that
just
was
doubled it because
close,
it
right?
rolled.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I just
yeah,
doubled
right.
it to 86, which is plenty.
Oh,
As it disappears, you see a small glowing orb appear out of it, and it's just floating there in the middle of the room, about 5 feet, right here.
I will go and grab it.
oh,
As you grab it, you look at it. It looks almost exactly like Sarthakel's orb, except it's slightly different. Kind of like, you know, with the new casting of the spell, these are slightly different.
Yeah.
And you see the small pedestal right here that's kind of energized with the lightning. As you see the top of, like, that pillar comes up out of the ground into this contraption, like this metal contraption, which is attached to the top of the pillar. And you see a small indentation.
Okay. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to pray to Nadara to guide me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to place the orb on the pillar.
Right. As you place the orb on the pillar, you notice that the scenes outside these windows, which looked like this formless void of energy that's been kind of swirling around, you feel the whole spire shake under your feet violently. You see the images outside start to coalesce into what appears to be the outside. You can now see the grove. For a moment.
Awesome.
For a moment. Then you feel a sudden lurching feeling as if the tower is moving. You all recognize this, especially you, Ember, and since you've teleported the guys enough time, you guys know this is teleportation. Like you feel like the whole spire is. Whoop. It finally rests.
Okay.
It finally comes to settle. You feel a slight swaying motion as you kind of feel the spire kind of settle onto wherever it is, and you look out of these windows and see an ocean. Give me perception checks. First of all, who all's looking out the windows? Like going up to the window. Crank, because you're standing right next to one, so you automatically get one. But who else are you moving towards the window? All right.
I'm not, because Joragal like really get hit a lot, and he holding his back on this wall.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to descend down onto the ground, my feet, and then.
Well, that only lasts for a minute, right?
Exactly. So
it takes a moment. Like a minute has passed in all of this time, so it's over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm coming down onto the ground, and I'm wild shaping effectively back into my normal.
So those of you who look out, you are on a cliffside, overlooking the ocean, and as you spend a couple,
of which...
well, hold on. As you spend a few moments looking out each window, it looks as if, as you kind of look down, it looks as if you were on a cliffside, as if this were a lighthouse, almost.
Do I have any indication of which part of the coastline it's on? Do I recognize the coastline?
Give me an intelligence check at disadvantage, because you weren't paying that much attention.
enough. So ability check again.
Krankus has no idea.
23.
Yeah, it looks familiar. Like you can't place it, but it looks kind of familiar. Jorah, are you? Everybody's kind of like
Yeah,
looking
I'll-
out the windows and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
give
will,
me a
like,
perception.
take-
Give me a perception check.
I have advantage on this stuff. Where's perception? 31.
While you're looking, your eyesight is trained to notice minute details. This cliff sits above, as you're looking out this window here. This cliff sits above a small cove. And give me a intelligence check. You have advantage on this one.
Intelligence check with advantage.
It's out of, i.e., the Black Wizard's Cove.
No.
Okay.
Jorah, you remember the Pirate Cove? With the burnt out lighthouse? The collapsed lighthouse
Yeah.
where you guys
Yeah.
fought the Boulay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on that cliff.
That. Oh my god, that is so. It is in the, it's north
Here,
south.
we'll go to the landing page and I'll show everyone where it's at.
Yeah.
Krankus doesn't know because
Um,
Krankus wasn't here. Krankus was on a different.
Yeah.
Could say that's before me.
That
Yeah,
was
well-
over here somewhere, was
It was where is it? Here?
It's
Hold on, let me-
BK before Crank.
Yeah, here.
Yeah. Around that sort of area, yeah, certainly.
Hold on, let it
Yeah.
finish loading. No. Because you guys were heading to Embry at the time.
Yeah. Like it should.
It's
be
right here.
Oh, okay. Because
Okay.
when I remember when Orion.
Yeah. Remember, because you stopped
Turned-
here. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then came
when
back. And then
he-
you.
I do remember, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys left from Farpoint and sailed around.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are now on this. You are now on this little. If you zoom in, you see that little point right there.
Yeah.
You're right there.
I will look to Amber and immediately relay that information. Like that thing teleported to the other side of the world.
Okay. Right. Okay, that was unexpected.
Shouldn't be expected, not the expected.
Well, we are dealing with a chaotic tower and a chaotic orb, so I'm not surprised. Some
No,
weird shit
give
is
me
happening.
because you have prayed to Nadara. Give me before you make that statement. Before you answer, please give me a wisdom check, please.
I do get advantage on these. Fortunately. 22.
22. That's pretty good. Before you say that it's chaotic, you start to form that thought in your head, and you hear kind of a, no, this is where it's supposed to be.
Right. As soon as I make that realization, I will turn to both Krankus and Jorah and say, Lady has told me that this is where the spire is supposed to be.
Okay.
We will need to. There's the other spire that we need to get to.
Yeah. We need to. We need to
And
rest.
we need to speak to. Yes, we need 100%. We need a rest, and we also need to now. We now need to speak with Agatha.
With who?
Agatha.
I think Agatha will contact us when she needs us. I believe that's what she said.
Well, I don't give a shit what she wants. I want to speak to her.
Okay. Uh,
She doesn't dictate to me what happens.
oh no. I'm 100% with you. I mean, we don't know where's the other, you know, your family member.
Spies is. Yeah, no, but we know where one of the spies is,
Yeah.
You've been
And
in
and
that
we've
spire
got one
too.
orb,
You've been in that spire
and
too.
we've been in that spy. Exactly,
yeah.
and
Well,
we do have an orb.
well,
We
you've
still
been
have
in
an
the
orb.
spire to the extent like you walked in the door and went to the teleportation circle.
Yeah.
You also remember.
But
You also
these
don't
were-
remember a teleportation circle in this building as it was beforehand. As you guys are having this conversation, you can see the walls are kind of shifting and locking into place. They're not moving anymore. They're becoming
Good, good.
solidified.
Fixed.
And after about 2 or 3 minutes, it seems to have locked into an actual spire.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, look,
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
And
going to
I'm
take a
assuming you're
look.
going to go back down through it.
We're going to go back out. So we're going to go back outside the spire because I just want
Okay.
to make sure it was properly.
Yeah, as you
Subject to
guys make your
reality.
way down inside that central area,
The pool and the water. Yeah.
yeah, with the pool and the water, the room that you found in the very here, let's bring it up. And I'll show you where it's at. Maps are taking a long time to load today for some reason. I'll have to double check on that, why that's happening.
Well, I was going to suggest taking a quick 5-minute break shortly because I could really do with
Yeah,
the little boys' room.
I just want to. I mean, come on. Move.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I said,
This room here, the lower right hand side.
Yeah.
This, yeah, right there. The teleportation circle is in the middle of this.
right.
And that brazier is gone,
Right.
and so is all the creepy lights.
Okay. Well,
Just to understand, Ember, do we have? I mean, I'm not sure. Do we tell anyone about we are starting fixing the? Not this one. Fixing the tower.
we need. That's why I need to have a conversation with Agatha because she needs to be made aware that the spires need to be fixed. She needs
There
to
you
be
go.
aware that those spires is going to be teleported to another location, and they should expect that. I also want to get a progress report and see how they're doing with the other spires.
Let's see.
Well, so far you only know that Sarthakel and
We've got Varese
Zaratan.
orb, don't we?
Huh?
Sorry, Zaratan's orb. Yeah,
Is
we've
it-
got Zaratan's orb. don't
Well,
we?
you don't have it. It's whatever spire it ended up in, is you're assuming. Since Sarthaket's
Okay,
ended up
yeah.
in the spire that he had subsumed.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Well, in which case, the green spire that's now the Obsidian spire is a very good place to start looking to see which orb turned up where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
So,
100% agree with
yeah.
both of you. We need to have a good rest before any of that happens. So,
All right. We will take a little 5-minute break here, and then we'll be right back. All right,
back
Ray.
in 5.
5 minutes.
time of day is it by now? Sort of afternoon.
Hello, welcome back. So you guys step out. It's mid-afternoon, about 2.
Mid-afternoon. Okay. I will say to Krankus and Jorah, gather round. We're going back to my grove.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Krankus is tired. Krankus wants a nap.
Yeah, 100%.
Everything hurts.
We all
you know.
need a good, a decent rest. So that's why we're going back to the grove.
While I walk in, I will look to the amulet and say, "Thank you, Thundrop."
Yeah, that was a clutch. That was a clutch play, my friend.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll teleport us back to the grove, and then I'm going to suggest to my companions that they get as much rest as possible, and I'm going off to go and lie in a bath for about 2 hours.
I want a bath.
Well, you can have a bath if you want.
Yeah.
Krankus just drops down wherever we are and sleeps.
Well, I'll make sure. I'll get a few of the sprites and the pixies to bring over something. Bring over a blanket or two and cover you up.
Question, Amber. After that, do we go to the what they call it? What's that place? God, my brain. The sea. Where is it exactly?
The atoll. Well, the first thing that we need to go to the atoll because there are a number of reasons to go to the atoll. We've got to go to the atoll because we need to go and see the captain.
Yeah.
He's one of the champions.
Yeah.
We need to go to the atoll so that we can kill the Suagan.
While I'm removing my, what is the place that you can like take a shower? Like it's a pond, a water, or a river? What?
Oh, I'm.
In your grove,
Whatever you like.
there's no running water in the grove. It's just outside the grove. If you make your paradise, then it's whatever you want it.
Okay, well, in which case we're going to my paradise because I want a hot bath.
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as you show up, Jory, you feel kind of drained, like the necrotic energy is still from the first time you got hit, and you hear, Jory, you're back, and you feel a hug from behind you.
Oh,
It's Kazmi.
Kazmi.
You turn to look at her. You turn around. You look at her, and she looks quite different.
Oh, did you change your? I'm looking at her. Like how different?
Quite different actually. She seems to have kind of a golden glow around her.
Oh.
Like she's very
Do you want to tell us anything?
She's very much brighter. Like the color of her hair is brighter. The color of her skin is much brighter. And you notice that while she's still not wearing any clothes, there's this intricate tattoo that runs around her right arm, up across her shoulder, and then onto her back, which looks like a large sunflower.
Oh.
Emblazoned inside the petals of the sunflower is what looks to be a golden lyre. How are you doing?
Kind of good. Well, you know how things happen around us, Kazmi. But you look beautiful. Like you always look beautiful, and you look more beautiful today. What happened?
Oh, well, it's the strangest thing. I thought that Nadara was the only one who took care of like nature and stuff, but it turns out that there's this other one who handles people that travel all the time and are companions and things like that. And I had the greatest talk with her, and it turns out that she wants me to help her. Ember, you hear this?
I know who this is. I mean, play a character. I know who this is.
Yeah.
Ember would turn around to her and say, "So you've spoken to the companion, to Selasana?"
Oh, she prefers the Wayfarer. Companion seems a little less. How do you say?
Independent.
Well, no, the companion makes it sound like she's there for not good reasons, where the Wayfarer means.
I know that, but the Wayfarer. I'm happy to use Wayfarer if that's what she prefers. But I know who she is.
And
Is that like, because I remember the list that
yeah,
the amulet that
Yeah.
have
She's basically kind of the daughter of Orad.
yeah,
and-
like
the daughter of Orad and Nadara.
Selasana is the name.
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I still have it in my note.
Yeah.
No,
That
it's
one.
Selasana. I'll type it into chat so
Yeah.
you can see it. But
yeah, he put it in there. Yes, she's the daughter of Orad and Nadara.
yeah.
Her domains are life, nature, and order, and she is chaotic good.
Mhm.
See, I'm looking at her. I'm very happy for you, Kazmi.
Oh,
You-
it's wonderful. Did you know that I can do things like Ember can? And she turns and she waves her hand. She makes a few incantations, and you see this large mulberry bush just spring up, where you're assuming there was one already there, or the seeds of something already there.
Yeah.
Ember, you can sense this. You can sense like there's this tiny little, life that's there, and all of a sudden she just kind of like it turns into the full mulberry bush right there. And she's like, I can do things like that. I can do other things too. Some of the things are not so nice, but she said it's so I can protect life and nature. Oh, you're different.
Sorry?
You are very much attuned to life and not life.
Yeah, that. Oh, okay. I think you can notice these things because you become a champion. I
A
am
champion?
champion.
Well, I'm not a champion. I'm just helpful. I'm supposed, I'm just help people to get where they're supposed to be going and make sure everybody gets there nice and safe and sound, and make sure that things are happening the way they're supposed to be happening. That's all.
Kazmi, like I will hold her gently between like her shoulder, looking at her eye. I still like feel dizzy. I'm 4 hit point, so looking like really dizzy. Like, when a god chose one, Kazmi, they become their champion. So
Oh,
you
that's
are
kinda
chosen
nice.
one. Yes, and
you don't look so good. Let me help.
oh, it's just,
And she puts her hands. She puts her hands because you have your hands on either one of her shoulders. She puts both of her hands and kind of cups your face a little bit. And you can definitely tell that this is positive energy, radiant energy.
yeah.
You're healed. Totally.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow! Oh
Awesome.
wow! That is way
Kazmi,
powerful.
I'm delighted that you've met Selasana and that you've a good relationship.
Oh, yes. She said she also wanted to tell you that I know where her temple is, and I can take you there. But first, you are going to see the witch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll look to Kazmi. And to congrats, you've become one of the chosen one and a champion. I have a gift for you, Kazmi.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I hope you like it. And I will give her the trident, fish command.
Ooh. Hold on a second.
That's nice. That's an appropriate gift given the person.
The Trident of Fish Command. Are you giving you're giving her the Trident of Fish Command, or are you giving her the other one?
No, the other one is because I have the bone and the steel,
Yeah.
and both of them remember you told me they are like more of
Yeah.
like the bone is not for the fight or not for the thing can use, and the steel is. So I believe the trident of fish command it will more appropriate for her because.
Oh well,
she's,
she takes it and she's just like, "Oh, thank you so much. This is so nice." But you guys are gonna have to go to the the witch by yourselves because I have to go somewhere else first, and then I'll meet you. Let's see, where am I supposed to meet you? I'm so bad with city names. It's a city.
There are a lot of city Kazmi.
I know. There's so many.
Yeah.
I'll remember it. But you have to go do that first.
I was going to pop into the paradise and have a nice long relaxation and rest. You're more than welcome to join us if you want to. I'm sure.
Well, I can stay for a little while, but I do have to be going soon.
I welcome to stay for as long as you want. If you have to rush off, I understand. But if you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
So she will stay for about 2 or 3 hours, Jorah. You guys spend that time basically talking and doing all the lovey-dovey, fade to black.
Let's leave it to fade to black.
Yeah, well, we'll fade to black. And then she says she has to be on her way because she has to meet somebody and make sure they get where they're going.
I'm like looking at her, or like before she leave, Jorah will look to her. Be careful, Kazmi.
Oh,
be careful.
I will be careful. Oh, I forgot. I have to do something first. And you see her kind of, make this kind of gesture, kind of like pulling something from the ground up as she steps outside of the. Are you following her outside the paradise?
Yeah.
Right. So you step outside the paradise, and she's standing on the ground, and you see her like put her hands towards the ground, flat down, and then kind of wave them towards her head, and you see this intricate, almost like clothing and armor together. Kind of like it was specifically designed, so that it gives her plenty of breathing room, but still protects her. So it's like very leafy and very, what is the gossamer, very like gossamer like, kind of like an insect wings. It has that kind of translucent kind of feel to it, and then all the important parts like the breastplate, greaves, and what are those called? Not gauntlets, but the bracers, the big ones.
Bracers, yeah.
The ones that cover your forearms. I forget what those are called. Van braces. That's right. Van braces that run from your wrist up to your shoulder. Like she has those to protect her, and they look like they're made out of kind of like ironwood.
Oh, nice.
And she's like, "Yes, I have to do this, and this will come in quite handy." And she has this. She takes the spear with her, and she goes, "I'll see you. Well, I'll send you. I'll send Ember a message, and let you know where we're supposed to meet after you see the witch." And she walks up to the tree, places her hand on the tree. You see the gold doorway appear, and she just kind of steps through the doorway. And just before she enters all the way, she turns to you and kind of like blows you a little kiss.
She'll look around. No one see that, right?
Hmm? Oh, there's plenty.
I'm in my paradise.
There's plenty of pixies and brownies and satyr. There's a satyr that happens to be standing kind of close, and after she leaves, he walks up to her and goes, "Nymphs, gotta love them, right?"
I will look at them and like a fireball to start like emanating in my hand. Like, look at them. If you don't want me to make you a lamb.
Oh no! Hey! My mom's a nymph. Don't get me wrong. They're just. I mean, come on. They're kind of hot, aren't they? As he turns,
Yes, I am.
Yes, as he turns, and you see like 3 or 4 of them like dancing around over in the corner, edge of the grove, and you're like, yeah, he's got a point. He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. But do you know when it says my eye, the only eye it should be to my girlfriend. It's only like that. My girl, my eye only for her. No one looked at her. Like Jorah's this kind of type of man.
Jorah's a little jealous, but hey, she's in love with you, right?
Yeah.
So, I updated the journal. Everybody gets a long rest. You can go ahead and do that now. Refresh all your stuff. Krankus, when you wake up, you are completely covered in the most gaudy flower attire ever. Because you wear like a loincloth and like this kind of like shoulder, like the Hercules kind of like tunic kind of thing with the bandolier kind of crosses you just so you can hold your axe. You have been dressed in this flower garment. Your hair is...
I try to shake it off like a wet dog.
Yeah, it doesn't come off. It is finely crafted, I must say. There are flowers in your hair. Your hair, your nice long mane that sticks out from behind your horns is all braided up. You look quite nice. And weird as hell is Ember. Jorah wakes up over in the corner, near the tree, and you step out of your paradise to see this. The most terrifying nightmare creature ever, who looks like he just left an episode of My Little Pony, right?
I'm keeping an absolutely straight face and not even mentioning it.
And he is over there just kind of like shaking and pulling at these. You ever pull on one of those threads on your coat and it just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling? It's like, there's got to be an end to this somewhere, right? Krankus, you're doing that. You're like, this is a vine, snap. This is a vine, snap. Like, it takes you about a good 3 or 4 minutes to get most of this off. Do you leave your hair braided?
I am rubbing against trees and rocks like a rhino to try to get all the spots I know that I can't get to.
Yeah. Jorah,
I'm mashing more of an end than anything else. But.
Yeah. You smell quite nice too, which is probably the reason that they did it.
For the first time probably in quite a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at you, Krankus. You look adorable. I will step back to
I'm not going to. I'm with an absolutely straight. I'm going to just speak to him as if nothing has changed.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
He's up
Jorgal
against-
will kill.
he's up
No,
against-
no, Jorgal will not leave that.
You look at
Oh, I
Jordan, I
know.
go, say it, say it, say it.
I'm far from him.
He's got his axe laying up against the ground, and he's just like doing that bear rub against the shoulders against this iron root tree, which has got to hurt. Like, Ember, you're like, that shit is like steel, right? You know, and you think it's bark, you know, it's bark, and he's just like, Crankus, you get about 95% of it done. It will take you like a half an hour to unbraid your hair if you want to unbraid it.
No, I just leave it. No.
It actually looks kind of cool once you get all the flowers out of it, right? Like, once the flower stuff comes off, the rest of you are like, okay, this is fine. You guys have a nice meal, and what are you doing after your break fast?
Okay, after breaking fast, I think we've got to go and see Agatha. We've got to tell her that we've got the first job done, and that we're going to the second objective, which is the other spire, and we get an update report on how the other chuckle.
Well, you two were the only two teams. It was you guys, and then him and you know, Jorgal and Onyx were the only two groups.
Right. Okay.
I think
and they got Sarkathel, and you got Zaratan, and you guys each had one more. But if Jorah's not there, you don't know how the hell they're going to go after Boreas. If any of them even survived. I mean, compared to what you guys just had to do, and that was just Sarkathel's influence. It wasn't actually him. You're surprised there's probably anybody. Also, you do remember that what Jorah told you, that she's not exactly on the up and up.
yeah. So I believe.
And
telling her
Casmi
will
did
be
tell you
back.
that, like, your next place you were going, what she said you were going is to go talk to the witch. Like, she seemed like that was a matter of fact, not you guys had things to do before you did that. Like, she just spoke to you like that was a matter of fact. Now, you can take that with a grain of salt because it's Casmi, right?
Yeah. But at the moment, I trust the word. Like, I believe she's been giving guidance, hopefully by her new god or the new. And for us, to me, I don't like. I will point that. I'll still point out. I don't like to tell. Not even the dark mage, even the Agatha about our plan. We're gonna continue. Like, if she told us, I'm gonna tell you when I find the other ones, but telling her, and it might remember they have a plan, and they've been keeping these things there to themselves. So I don't think it's a good idea to tell them anything at the moment.
All right. What? Yeah, I was hopefully trying to get information out of them rather than provide them. With...
She's been very tight-lipped.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well.
And you do know, now that you have more context about her, you do know she's quite old. She's probably been doing this so long that she wouldn't even, like, getting something out of her would be like trying to get something out of Ember, right? Like, at this point, she's been keeping secrets for, 4, 5, 6, 800 years, right? Depending on who you believe.
Yeah. So yeah, I believe it's better to. At the moment, I know it might be. I don't know if it is bad or good, but at the moment, we better not to stick to their fully plan, because their plan is, in the end, it's for themselves, as the memory of Jorgal and Josiah merged together. So I found out.
So which are we talking about then?
We go to the witch because we need to. I believe we need to deal with her, and
well, you made a
might
promise.
find-
You personally made a promise to Casmi that when you were done with this, you were heading to go save her cousin
cousin.
or her sister.
We've got to go. We've got to. We've got to go. We've got to go save Sam.
And Jorah knows that he knows this witch. You know her.
Let's go. Okay. In which case, Atoll it is then, really.
Yeah, and we have a champion there. We ask him.
No,
yeah.
we've got a very good reason to be there as well. Okay. In which case, I will teleport us to the atoll.
Let me
This is the
find
last
it.
place. It's the last place that we saw Leon, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
saw Leon on the boat, but Leon disappeared from the boat, and we then ended up back at the atoll once after Leon had disappeared. So it's possible he may have ended up back at the atoll. We don't know that he might not be back there. So there's another good reason for going back there, even if I'm confident
And-
that he's going to be there. But
And we need to buy a lot of things. I'll look to Ember and Krankis. I'll tell them, go to talk to the captain. I will go buy freaking few items.
do you need any money?
Let's see if I have a goal. I have the. Oh yeah, I have.
You guys have a lot.
39. Yeah, I have 39.
No, I wasn't sure whether or not he had it on him or he's got money on him or not.
Well, you remember you gave everybody got their little checkbooks, basically.
Yeah.
Krankus has 9 gold.
No, Krakus
No,
has
Krakus-
nine. Krakus has 9 actual gold pieces in his pocket, and he has that.
That's it.
He has that checkbook, but Ember has it for him. Remember? Because he
Right.
was like,
Oh,
"Here,
yeah,
fine." Like,
I gave Ember everything, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even think I even. In Krankus's mind, doesn't even have it anymore. It's like I have 9 gold pieces. That's what I need.
Yeah. Well,
he just tells Ember. He
Krakus
just tells Ember, "I need this,"
anytime-
and it shows up.
Yeah, basically, he just says, I need X amount of money, and it suddenly basically appears. It's fine.
Well, it's not even the money.
I'm
I'm like,
happy to film.
I want this to happen. Okay, if it's within reason, like
Yeah,
I don't know the
Pretty
cost. I
much.
don't know how much. You know.
we can find a way to make it happen. Jorah,
Yes.
I am more than happy to contribute towards this. Please, will you pick up as many healing potions as you possibly can? I will put money towards this.
Okay.
And
How much?
You can dip into Krankus. Kind of just assumes that anything you buy is like like a portion comes out of his. He doesn't even care.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Well,
even
well,
say anything.
How
we-
much you will give?
How much? I tell you what. Find out how many they have, how much they total cost, and let me know how much
Well,
you need.
Jorah, you have your own checkbook. You each have like
Yeah.
12 grand in the bank.
Actually, more
I've got
than
30,
12
I've got
grand.
39.
39.
I've got
Yeah, you got like
I've got
39,000 gold.
30,000.
Yeah.
There's no,
And
you
I've
know,
got
there's
36.
there's no way that you can spend that kind of money and not get everything that they own in the store.
So,
Like you can just walk in and go,
yeah.
"Here's 30 grand. Can I have it all?" And they're like, "Sure. Do you need people to carry it for you?" Right? Like you guys
That's
have,
what I get.
yeah,
You're buying the physical store. You now own the store.
yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I work for you now.
Yeah, you have to. You guys understand that at this point, especially Ember is the only one that actually understands the amount of money that you guys have. Like Jorah, even you don't have this like concept of how much this is in the real world because Jorah got like you grew up as a prince, so you didn't have to pay for anything, and then the Dark Mage got all your stuff for you, except for like incidentals, like when you were. But he always just gave you a bunch of money. So you don't have any concept of how much this is for other people. Whereas Ember is like, you guys are like, if you walked into a store and said, here's 39,000 gold, I'll take your store. They'll take it and nobody will ask any questions.
Yeah.
Right. Like for the average person living today, that would be like you walking into a store and goes, I'll give you $1 million for this place. And they'd be like, sure, see ya. Have fun.
Yeah.
Here's the keys. Don't call me. Right? So you guys appear.
Bye.
Yeah. So you guys appear here at 12, right here in the middle of the area, because Ember, that's like the safest open spot that you're pretty sure you're not gonna teleport into something.
No, that'll do just fine.
Yeah, you guys appear there. So the bar is over here. You're in the market bar, like you're at the market bar. So you guys just appear in the middle of the market. A couple of people just kind of,
Yeah.
But you guys don't set off, like, aside from the weird stares that Krankus gets, but they remember Krankus from, some of them remember Krankus from last time. But
Yeah.
they just kind of like,
I think we should just make us. We'll start making our way towards the. It's a rusty anchor, isn't it?
yeah.
Remember correctly.
For me, I will go to the shop to buy potions.
Okay, well, Jorah, you spend probably about an hour and a half going to every shop and buying every healing salve, every potion, even if you're unsure. Are you just buying stuff that they have to sell, or are you being very particular about, well, I'm not going to buy this snake oil kind of stuff? Are you being very shrewd about it, or are you just like, got any healing stuff? And they're like, sure. They hand you.
No. No, Jorah's not like that. So.
Okay, so give me,
yeah.
let me see here, 3 persuasion checks.
Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have persuasion. Oh god, I'm not good with persuasion. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome.
Wow.
Okay, now give me 3 insight checks. All right. So, 32, 16, right? 25 and 8 is 30, 33, so 16. So the first store, you managed to not get totally swindled. The second store, you about break even. And the last store, you don't do quite as well.
Okay.
How much does this set us back in total?
This is going to
just
set you back about 625 gold.
Okay.
You're getting fleeced, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will. So 625 gold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
625 gold.
Just to be sure, is there a different potion with them? Like.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what you get. You need to write this down.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
To open notes.
Jorah,
Yes?
I've just given you 50 platinum, which is 500 gold towards it.
50 platinum. Okay.
Which is 500
So,
gold towards this.
yeah.
You spend 125 of your own money. Let's see here. Do you have any still on your character sheet?
So, sorry, I did not get to the question.
Healing potions. You don't have any left on it. Nobody has
No.
any left.
Let me. No, I have only potion of water breathing.
Okay.
The only thing Krankus has is food seasoning.
Give me 1 second.
No, I have potion of water breathing. I have 2. Those are the only potions I have.
All right. So you end up with. Let me put this in here, here. All right. So, give me 1 second. Doze. One of those. One of those.
That.
One of those. And one of those. Okay, so you end up with 3 potions of. I'm sorry, right here. 2 potions of greater healing. So you get four regular potions of healing.
4. Let me put it in the sheet itself. So I have a 4.
And then you get 2 of these, 1 of each of the other ones. You get 3 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those, and 1 of those. Here, I'll just fix it. There.
Oh.
I fixed it. So you get 4 potions of regular, 4 potions of healing.
Okay.
Why is it?
You need to enter the same item and in the quantity you add it like the number. Like if you see potion of heal, I added to number 4, so I have 4 now. When you go, when you open the edit, you see description
Yeah.
and you see quantity.
Ah, there we are. All right. There. And then you have 1 of each of the other ones.
Can you write the number of how much I spent? Just because I'm not good with math.
You spent 125 gold.
Sorry, how much?
125.
That's the
One
net.
tw-
It was the net because if Ember gave you 50 platinum minus.
It was Manami, it was 650 in total. So 625 in total. I gave you the equivalent of 500. So you
Okay.
only spend 125 out of your pocket.
Okay. Because I have the. No, I don't have. I need to.
2 seconds. I
wait
just
until-
need to be. Just need to be AFK for about 2 minutes. Back in tick.
Just to understand, you put. I think you change only the name and
No, no, no.
number.
I
behind
did
it.
that on purpose.
Ah, okay.
So, those are potions of healing. So, where it says potion of healing,
Yeah.
right? Potion of greater healing, potion of greater healing, potion. There. So, those are what you think you bought.
Okay.
So, hand them out appropriately when you get back.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand it to Ember and find out something else. I will go back kill the
You don't know. You don't know it's something else.
No, I don't know, but
Yeah.
even Ember cannot find out about them.
You can try to identify them, but you have no reason to believe that they're not what you said, what you thought you bought. That's the problem.
Okay.
That's what those rolls were for, is to see if you knew you were getting hoodwinked. They're all labeled the same. So potion healing, potion healing, potion healing. They're all in the same vials, on the same little potion things. So they all look the same. So when you hand these out, I need to know who's getting what.
Okay, so just to understand that, did I find another different potion, like potion of resist, potion of like?
There's
climb,
some, but most of them are really minor concoctions or salves.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
the potion of water resistance. He tries to show it to you, and like the first place, and you open it up, and it's basically just like Vaseline. Like it's just like animal fat that you spread on yourself, which is what you do Like, I mean, that's how you protected yourself from the cold and the cold water, back then. But it's not really a potion. It's just a big thing. It's just a 12-ounce thing of
Tub of
animal
lard.
fat. Yeah, it's a tub of lard.
It's a tub of lard, basically.
Well, it's got some stuff in it to make it smell good and look differently, but it's animal fat. Like, you didn't get hoodwinked. Most of that stuff is not, like, potions of healing are pretty much common. But so Crankus, you and Ember head over to the captain's hold, the thing, and you notice that your friend is hanging out there. Mad Eye Mabel is there, chilling out. Show everybody what Mabel looks like.
Prom date.
Yeah. So she's hanging. She's there, and she's like, "Oh, welcome. Good to see you again. You managed to not die and kill a giant monster. First drinks are free.
Thank you very much.
One time only. What do you want?"
I'll have a glass of something. Apple juice, fruit juice, something like that.
Oh, okay. She reaches down. She pulls out this bottle. You recognize that it's elderberry wine. She pours you a nice little carafe of it and hands it to you. Crankus, she's like, what did you want, young fella?
A pony keg of for my first drink. I'll take a pony keg of ale or grog, whatever you get.
Do you want ale or grog?
Each either. I'll take the ale, I guess.
Okay.
I'll wander over to her. I will slide 5 gold pieces over to her and say, I assume that will probably cover his drinking for the evening.
The way he drinks, no, it won't. She's like, well, you're a smart one. I'll tell you that. You're a smart one. And she reaches down, she pulls out this thing. She's like, and then she hands you an empty mug. She's like, there you go. You're a crafty one, that one.
I asked her about if she's seen, Leon or any Leonins on boats, and also
well, yeah, we had a one of those skinny, fast. What are they called? Tabaxis. We had one of them come through.
No, not Tabaxi, a Leonin.
No, I haven't seen any of the big fellas. Not since you and your friends. Not since Captain Leon came through. Haven't seen him, by the way.
That's who I'm looking for, Captain Leon. Any word? Anybody else coming in and out talking?
Nope, haven't heard anything about him. I thought he was with you guys.
No, we lost him.
Oh.
What about Clax? The angel-looking lady? Hear any angel sightings?
Oh yeah, I heard a couple of angel sightings, but that's you know how sailors talk. There's one talking about being out at the coast. Where was it? Down south somewhere. What do they call that? Down by Land's End and Farpoint, down that way.
All right. That's just where we came from, right?
Yeah, I mean, 150 miles from there, but yeah, that's like,
well, compared to here, right?
Mm.
Who is somebody here now?
No. They were here a couple of weeks ago.
I need to know. I need to find them.
Find what? Well, their ship left like a week
No, I
and a half ago.
I need to find Captain Leon and Clark, both of them.
Oh,
both of them.
Well, I can keep my ears out. I mean, I'm pretty good at doing that.
Okay.
If I hear anything, I'll send a message to. Where do you live? What ship are you on?
I don't live anywhere.
Well, that'd make it kind of hard for me to get you a letter.
Well, is Ember still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you have that thing where you could talk to people, like, in your head?
That's not one of my things. I don't do that. I mean, I can, I generally go and see people face to face. It stops them from trying to lie to me.
Well, I don't want to lie to you. I just want to be able to mail you a letter.
Well, the best place to mail me to send a letter is to the
Send it to your grove thing, right? Or guild? Yeah, the guild in Embry. That's it.
The guild.
No. That guild in Embry is probably still making Ember money.
I'll reach in and I'll hand her one of the business cards.
Send it there.
Oh, that guild. Oh, well. Okay then.
What?
If you mark it for care of the guild master, it'll reach me.
The guild master, you say?
Yes.
She kind of motions you over towards the end of the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, sweetie. Oh, Tom, I'm still getting some feedback. It's like, listen, sweetie. And she kind of looks her. She does that nonchalant kind of like looking around with her one good eye, making sure nobody's like paying too much attention. And she says, one of my kids is down there in Embry looking for work. You think you might be able to take care of him? He's pretty good at finding really nice. He fits in little spots. He's he's a runt of the litter.
What's his name?
His name is Knobbyfoot.
Okay. I promise you, the next time I'm in Embry, I shall make sure that the guild is aware of him and that they ought to.
Well, I hope so, because he's heading that he should be there by now, and I don't want him getting in trouble for not being with the guild. But you know how hard it is to get in with guilds, especially after things that happened like have been happening around. And he's a goblin. Well, no, I can mail him a letter like I normally do. I send it on a boat and hope it gets there.
Okay, well, send him a letter as quick as you can.
Well, it'll take like 2 weeks to get there.
Well, at least it'll get there. And when it gets there, tell him to go to the guild. Tell him that Ember sent him, and that he's to be looked after until I return.
Well, okay. Well, that'll be fine. If you can take care of my boy, I'll. She looks around. She goes, "I'll let you have some of the good stuff."
Excellent. Well, I'd look after him even if we weren't getting any of the good stuff. But
okay.
It's no problem for me.
She seems kind of like how this transaction is supposed to work, and you say you would take care of him just because, and she's kind of taken aback by that. Like that's not how this transaction is supposed to work, right? Like you can tell that she's pretty much the eyes and ears for Captain Grimes, right? Like this is this is his island. She's the one you come to. She's the you of here, right?
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Well, he is the you of here, but she's the one that really makes all the day-to-day decisions, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, so are you here to see the captain?
Yes.
He's been in a foul mood of late.
Really?
Oh yeah, something. He's got some sort of bug in his bonnet.
Yeah, I bet he does. What is he around at all?
Oh yeah, he's upstairs in his office. It's where he spends most of his time now.
Fantastic. Would you do me a huge favor and just let him know that we're here, and I'd love a little.
Oh, you can go on up. He said if you ever come back, just to send you on. To be honest, I think he's got a thing for you, honey.
as do so many others.
It's hard when you're strong, charismatic, and look like us.
Indeed, absolutely. I'm sure, my dear, that you are absolutely beating them off with a stick.
One supermodel to another.
The one, and I'll put my hand on her shoulder and say, "Don't worry, I'll look after Nabyfoot for you. We'll take care of it."
Okay.
And I'll turn around to Krankus and say, "I'm just popping up to see the captain. You're welcome to come up with us, or you can sit down here and carry on drinking. Up to you, buddy."
He follows with the drink.
Okay.
I'll
go up to the office and knock on the door.
Well, you get up there and there's the two brutes that are up there.
And I'll nod to both of them and say, if you could please let the captain know I'm here.
Captain is not to be disturbed under any circumstances. And he kind of looks to the. This is the bugbear, and he looks to the GIF that's standing there, the hippo guy, and he's like, "Yeah, no circumstances whatsoever, unless of course you're that cute little number. Is that you?"
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. He's not cute. He can't go in. He points at Krankus like, I know it's not him. Like,
I smell nice now.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. You smell quite nice.
This is my companion. He goes everywhere I go. And I'll say thank you very much. I'm sure the captain is delighted with your service, and I'll just walk past him towards the door.
Okay. You open the door. Like I said, there's an entry room, and then there's the closed captain's his office, and you hear loud voices coming from inside. You can tell that it's Captain Grimes and Birdie, and they seem to be having a heated discussion. Give me a perception check to see if you can make out enough of the words. Like, you can hear quite a bit of it, but both of you give me perception checks.
Hold on. I mean, that one's probably gonna be better than whatever I get. So.
I mean, I can roll with advantage.
Oh no, that's fine. But both of those are fine. You're only like 10 feet away from the door. The door's kind of thick. I'm just making sure. Damn it! I don't care what he said. He's going to bring the ships back, and he's going to pay me the full price. I understand that. But he can't do that until he's back. And he can't come back until he pays the fee at the dock. Send Carter, pay the dock fees, bring my ships back. Loaded this time. She's like, okay, and you hear the door open, she sees you, she goes, "Oh, it's you. You've got company again." And she kind of walks past you doing that whole thing that you guys were doing before.
I actually want this part to say, always a delight to see you, my dear.
Yeah, whatever. Come on, boy. And she walks outside and she goes, "Come on, boys. We got to go talk to Carter." And you hear the bugbear goes, "His place always smells like cheese."
Well, I'm used to that.
Come in. Come in.
My dear captain.
Oh, and he kind of like, you see him. He's got his head down. He's like rubbing his temple. Like, it has not been a good time for him recently for some reason.
Oh, I know exactly why. Robin's been having conversations with him. That's enough to give most people.
He's like, oh, my dear. And he stands up. He's like, "Have a seat." He takes his hat off and, sets it down, in the presence of a lady, of course. One shouldn't wear a hat inside. And you notice as he does that and he kind of turns his head, you notice there's a mark on the side of his neck that looks strangely familiar.
Oh, let me guess. It's. Let me just find out exactly where it is. Where my note is.
It's under PC handouts. You
Right,
should
so
have
I've
it.
got. I've got. I do have it somewhere.
Yeah, it should be under
I've
PC
got it
handouts
written down
or
just up
gods.
in here. Right. No journal. No. Ah, yes, there we go.
Yeah, you guys should
So
have.
let me guess. It's a dagger with 2 intertwining blades.
Yes.
Right.
But it's upside down. Right. Normally you see it's facing up. This one is upside down. It's like, and what can I do for you, my dear Ember?
Well, there are it's a couple of things. One, I wanted to have a little chat with you with regards to, and I'll point on my neck to where his mark is.
Yeah.
Say, believe that you've been speaking with Robin.
Oh. Yeah. Speaking. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. If speaking entails cryptic messages in the middle of the night, weird things, people showing up to deliver messages at all hours of the night and day, half of which I can't decipher. Half of which I can't decipher. The other half, when you do decipher them, they make no sense whatsoever. But yeah, totally fine with that. Totally fine. I mean,
Yeah, I can only tell you that for some reason he has chosen you as his.
oh yeah, there wasn't really a choice to be made the way I understood it.
No, we'll put it this way: he made the choice. I don't think he was giving you the choice.
Oh no. Although I did have a wonderful time trying to get myself out of the box he put me in. It only took about a day and a half.
I'm
On the bright side, he said I did it in a week faster than everyone else has ever done it. So
that's he probably likes you for that, and is unlikely to put you in.
have you ever? Well, no. Have you ever been in a box full of scorpions, but when the scorpions sting you, they cause you to get the hiccups instead of being poisoned? Because
I have to say, I've not had any personal experience of that. No.
Because that's you ever try to pick a lock while you have the hiccups? No. It especially when you have the hiccups all the time, and they get worse and worse the more they sting you.
Yes,
so yeah,
I can. Yes.
Yeah.
Look,
it only took about 2 days to recover from that.
I can only say that I empathize and sympathize with you. I understand. It was just to say, I think Robin may call upon your services sometime in the not too distant
future. No. It's not May. I definitely have some place to be. Which is why I'm trying to make sure everything is in order here so I can leave and go to where he wants me to go. Which is nowhere near water, by the way.
Where does he want you to go?
Oh, apparently there's this weird-ass hive thing in the desert. And I said, do you want a pirate that lives on a ship in an island to go to the desert? So, yeah, that's par for the course, right?
He has an unusual sense of humor.
Oh, I understand. The only benefit is, well, I know that you're very good at King's Gambit, correct? Someone with your insight. He goes,
yes.
He pulls a deck out and he sets it down in front of you and he goes, go ahead, shuffle them up.
And I'll
It's basically like 5 card draw right?
Okay.
He goes, I'm not going to touch my cards.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and look at yours. Do what you want.
And
You need to draw 2.
I'll
Like you're close to an inside straight. And he's like,
okay. I'll draw 2.
you see him. He rubs the tattoo on the side of his neck. He goes, I'll take 1. And he goes, go ahead, pick one of the cards to pull out. Like they're all faced out. Like he hasn't touched the 5 cards you laid out in front of him, and he just said, go ahead, pull one.
I'll
just randomly take one of them, and then you give him the other card back. He goes, call him, and you flip yours over. You hit the inside straight, and he flips him over.
Right.
Royal flush. And he goes, see? Oh, but wait, there's a side effect. Wait for it. About 30 seconds later, this little runner comes in and goes, Captain, yeah, the Emerald Starlight is leaking again. He goes, it's fine. It's fine. Go tell the boys to go ahead and repair it. It's on me. It's fine. See?
Okay,
you wonder why I can't get out of here, because every time this thing works, there's the other side of the coin.
I understand.
I'm sorry, I cut off. Question to DM. Robin was with Joragal and he left with this guy, right?
Yeah.
And he gave him ability that he will succeed in something, but bad thing will happen to him somewhere.
Well, not bad.
Yeah.
It's just something that affects some minor inconvenience. So he can use the skill whenever he wants, a certain number of times a day, right? I mean, mechanically he can use it a certain number of times a day, but there's always a side effect of some inconvenience to him, right?
Yeah.
So he's been trying to make things go the way he wants it to go so he can get out of here. But every time he uses the ability to make things much better, something stupid happens and he has to wait another day because now the boat's leaking, right? It's going to take 2 days to fix the boat. Like that kind of like, yes, they got a brand new shipment of, great, great food or silks in. Right, they got a great shipment of silks, going to make them a ton of money. All the food in the ship is spoiled when they unload it.
Oh my god!
Everything balances out. That sucks.
Because that's how luck works, right? You can have a string of really good luck, but the odds are going to catch up with you. In Robin's case, they always catch you.
Oh god, I feel. Actually, I'm somehow glad that I'm not.
But you do notice, Ember, you do notice that he looks perfectly healthy. Like it's not like nothing physically is wrong. He goes, oh, and and I have this now, and you see him. He pulls out this rapier that is basically a straight rapier, but it has. And when you look at it really closely, it's actually 2 blades that are twined so tightly together they look like a single blade. He goes, now this I like, and he holds it out. He holds it out in front of you, like off to the side, and you see him flick his wrist a little bit, and you see the blades untwine and then retwine. He's like,
ooh,
now that
nice.
Yeah, basically he gets 2 attack. He basically gets 2 attack rolls every time he swings.
Ooh,
wow.
Nice.
If he activates this, because basically he goes to stab you, and then it unlocks and pokes you twice, along with some other cool stuff that you'd have to be on the receiving end of it to see. He's like, other than that, it's fine, but you wouldn't happen to know where this hive, like a beehive, like he won't tell me what kind of thing it is. It's. Do you know about this?
Do I?
I feel like we do. I feel like Leon and
I feel
You've
like
all been to a
I
hive. You've all been to one hive, and you know it's probably
Yeah.
the only one that's out there, or it's the only one you
Yeah,
saw
but
out
the-
in the
So, yeah.
desert.
Yeah.
yeah. It's 'cause
The
I think I remember
Scorpion
Leon
Hive.
and Leon and Krankus running into.
Yeah. When you guys fought the
Queen
Scorpion
Scorpion.
Queen. Yeah, the Queen of
Yeah.
Scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you do know it. Like Krankus, you're like, yeah, I know it. It's full of bugs. Well,
Okay.
You
not
well, at
bugs
least
now.
Few less
Why?
bugs now.
I need to. I turned around to him and said, "Well, I can probably help you get there if you need to."
Oh,
but I
that would
need to
be
see the witch.
most helpful because I don't know how you get a boat into the desert. So, and he said to bring. He said to bring
Well, I can
Bert.
get you there, but I may not. I can get you there, but I would suggest you make a plan as to how to get from there back again.
Well, he said I would want to bring my crew with me, and was specific about how many of the crew. So 4. So it
In
looks
which
like
case,
yeah,
4 of your crew.
yeah. So it looks like it's going to be me, Birdie, Elgin, and Mad Eye.
Okay.
If you've never seen her in a fight, whew, scary.
Oh, I don't doubt that she's more than capable. I'm very much.
I once saw her
my
give
company.
somebody the evil eye. That poor guy couldn't get on a boat for a month. Couldn't walk up a plank straight. Walking sideways like he was
Oh.
at like tilted at a 45-degree angle for a month. Creepy as hell.
Good.
And that was just some guy that didn't pay his
Well-
tab.
I just to let you know, I have had Mabel has asked me to do her a favour to see if I can look after her son who's wandering over to Embry.
Which one?
So I'm.
Oh, please don't let it be that idiot
Nobbyfoot.
Nobbyfoot. Oh, of course.
Yeah,
That boy is
yeah,
a
that's the one.
complete idiot. He is dumb for a
Well,
goblin. Like, come on, no, seriously. Yeah. Look, you know why they call him
Fair enough.
Nobbyfoot? He lost 4 of his 6 toes.
Of course you did.
You know what he was doing at the time? He was cooking
hesitate to
dinner.
guess.
He was cooking dinner.
How did
Well,
you-
I've told the guild. I've told her to write a letter to him, and I've told him to go to the guild and told them that I would look after
Well,
him.
you
until
had
I
better
get-
have somebody. I hope you have somebody who's got a good fortitude, immune to probably poisons and diseases of some sort, and put him in a. You remember how they used to put people who were really bad off? They used to make them wear like a barrel with like straps on it, right? Make him walk around, telling everybody how. You might want to put him in one of those because that might keep him safe or keep you safe from him.
Well, I'm fairly certain the resources of the guild back in Embry can look
Well, I
after
hope
him.
you still have a guild when you get back.
Well, we'll find out when I get there. Well, I gave my word to Mabel, so I'm.
Oh yeah, well, I
We'll make
mean
sure they
that's
get
on you. That's if you can take us there,
It's 100%.
we would definitely appreciate it. I mean, I got to get
I
out of
can
here.
get you
I got to
there,
get
my
out of
friend.
here fast. Because if I stay here much
Get you
longer,
there.
I think the whole island's going to sink.
Okay, well, 2 things. One, I can get you there, but I won't be able to get you back again because I'll be doing other things.
Oh no, that's fine. I have no idea how long we're going to be there, or if we'll
that's-
even
that's
survive.
Mainly the reason why. The other thing is I need to go and see the witch.
Oh, you will have to talk to Mabel. She's the only one that can book you passage to get there.
Okay, that's fine.
The issue is that it comes with a hefty price, one that I'm not willing to pay or pay for you.
Fine. What kind of cost are we talking about? Give or take.
have you ever had any dealings with devils?
I want to.
That kind of price.
Well, I'll go and have a chat with Mabel, find out what the price is, and find out whether or not it's worth paying to go and see. Well, I've got to see the witch. I don't suppose the Nautilus is available.
No, he is indisposed, as it were.
I understand. No, that's. I'm not going to ask any further than that. He's either available or he's not.
Well, can you take us
Okay.
tomorrow? I mean, it is. Well, it's early for you guys.
It's that's no problem. I can transport you there tomorrow. Let me have a word with Mabel about seeing if I can find
Oh,
a way
okay.
of seeing the witch.
You head back downstairs. As you leave, as you guys leave, you see two more runners coming up, and you just hear them go, "Oh, come on!" As you as you hear the door shut behind you.
And I'm going to wander back down to the bar, and kind of pull Mabel to one side and say,
Yes, dearie.
I hate to ask, but I need to see the witch.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't normally like to put my associates in touch with her because it comes with a price, one you may not be willing to pay.
And I wanted to find out what the price was before making it.
Oh, there's no idea what she wants until you get there. That's the issue. I can get you, I can give you a way to get to her and get in contact with her. But if you meet her, there is a price to be paid.
All right. Thank you for the warning.
Would you like me to put you in touch? It'll take like 2 days before I'll get a response.
Yes.
Okay. About that time, Jorah comes back in with like this, like a backpack with a frame on it, full of potions, right? And he's like, "Huh? You got the potions?"
He bastard that shop. Thought it can't.
Hey,
Quick question,
listen,
DM.
doesn't matter.
Sorry. Question to the DM.
Yeah.
Does Jorah, in his memory, know where and how to get her?
Yeah. You know how to get there.
Okay. Walk to the to Amber like, this thing is heavy, and look to. By the way, when we gonna leave? Just to know how to find the witch.
well, I'm going to take the captain and a few of his crew to go tomorrow, and then I'll return here to the witch.
Okay. No problem. How to like? I know how to reach, but
Yes.
we're gonna take a ship or what?
No. Well, you can take a ship, but she's underwater.
Yeah, like we have.
So you found her by saying, a dark prayer the last time. So if you're willing to repeat it, you may get an audience with her.
Oh, okay. And I remember last time Josiah did that.
Yeah.
Something happened to him, so I'm looking to her like, look around. Is there many people around us? So I don't
No,
want.
there's
to
like
open...
5 or 6 people in the bar.
Yeah, so I'm like taking everyone aside, talking to them. Like,
Yeah, you're in
"Last time-"
you're in a corner booth.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm talking to everyone. Ember, Krankus, and if what's her name again? The bartender. The
Mad Eye.
Oh, Mabel.
Yeah, Mad Eye Mabel.
Yeah.
Mabel.
Yeah. So last time Josiah prayed to her, and she gave him an audience, and I don't think it's a good idea. Like, if we
Okay.
find her, we need to find her and get to deal with her. And you know what I mean, deal with her.
I understand that, but that's the whole point. If we go down there, and she says, "Well, there's a price to be paid for my help," I'm not going to go. No, bitch. This is the way that it works. You're either going to give me what I want, or I'm going to bitch slap you back into the bottom of the ocean, and we'll see how it goes from there.
So you guys have the rest of the night till tomorrow, when you plan on teleporting. The captain and his friends.
I plan on doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll have another night, another full day. Ember, you recall, as you guys are having lunch, you recall what your other self said to you about you have all this information, you know what you're supposed to be doing, and it sparks the understanding that you guys have a ton of information that you guys haven't looked through. You haven't tried to connect dots between, stuff you found over the past 10 months.
Yeah, I know. We just haven't had time to sit.
Well, now you
Most
have,
of the time-
right. But what I'm saying is you now realize you have at least a day and a half for you guys to rifle through this stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. Once I've taken the captain off to wherever it is, we'll come back here.
Well, I mean, you have a half an hour.
we'll-
You have a half a day tonight. Like, you're not leaving
Okay,
for
well,
him
let's-
tomorrow. So you can
No,
get
that's
started
true. Let's
tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll set you up with a room because you basically just pay for one room. You all walk into the room and you're like, paradise, and then step into the extra-dimensional space
Yeah.
where you guys start to unload all of your stuff. And as you guys enter and start pulling this stuff, you guys realize that you have an inordinate amount of crap that you have collected over the past 10 and a half months.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to end it today. Sai has a hard stop for us today.
Sorry.
Because he has real life stuff. Nope, it's all good. We got quite a bit done. You guys finished off a monster. Had a nice,
close. That was
Yeah.
very close.
Yeah.
just one die roll away from getting him.
But swooped in in the nick of time again.
So we're going to do our affirmations like we do every session. We like to have everybody go through and discuss. We're going to discuss our favorite moments from the session. It gives us a chance to hand out some attaboys and whatnot. We're going to start with Sai. Your favorite Ember moment today? I mean, aside from clutch healing both of your party members so they're not dead.
Well, there was that. I mean, it's always nice to make sure that the other lads are still awake.
Live.
But that was good action economy too, by the way. That was a very good use of action economy.
Yeah, I was quite pleased with that. It was like bam, clunk, heal. And also at that point, I recognized that I could probably tank for a couple of rounds at least.
Yeah.
Based upon because of the avatar form.
Yeah.
So I was prepared to get in there and do a bit of tanking if I had to, in order to get these guys up. I was quite pleased with that. There were a couple of other little moments, but I think that that was probably my favorite.
That was it for me. That Krankus is one die roll away from being a corpse. Jorah is bleeding out, and you're there, and this thing is still at like half hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were not in a good way. We were in serious trouble.
Tom, your favorite Ember moment? Oh, you muted yourself on the other
Just
side.
silent.
Oh, sorry. The fact that, that in that fight, running around, I'm still within range. I'm 4'7". I'm and realizing that she had to be up front. She couldn't just hide in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that.
Mom has got to come downstairs with her slipper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time for her to throw the shoe. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? I have had enough. My job was just to kick him. My wife stood there with the yardstick raised up over her head like a samurai sword. I have had enough.
Yeah. Right.
Manam?
I don't know, like, if you ever had this moment with mothers. Beautiful moment when she had to wake up her children. And that's what I saw when she go down and wake up Jorah and wake up the same time. And I loved that moment. I think it's like clutch moment, and she literally changed that moment, like changed the side of battle. And the other thing that when we when we come to this island, and she go up and she looked to the captain and looked up. I know who's talking to you. We know what's going on. Like, how high and mighty of Ember. And the captain looking at her like, I have horrible day. Like, I know, darling.
Don't worry.
I know everything.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom. Krankus being the tankomatic over there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought for a minute though I was gonna get back to that, like, 35 roll and still standing out. Like, I mean, I think it was 4 times he came back to 1 hit point.
Well, 3.
Which
Yeah.
made it
3. You
3.
failed the last. Yeah, you failed the last one.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
so the 4th one, yeah. So the 4th one, I went down. Yeah. So yeah, that's, I mean, somehow just hanging on for any fraction of life.
Yeah.
It was like a weeble.
Yeah.
What's better though is, like, not only so he comes back, he does the 1 attack, and then he goes down to 1 hit point on the next attack right again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like
you took that one. I was like, he's not down. You're like 1 hit point. I'm like, son of a bitch! I got to hit him again. I was looking forward to hitting Jorah again. I just couldn't get to it. I mean, he literally. I mean, even with advantage, he critted you a couple of times too. Like, it was not a small amount. It was not a small amount of damage that Krankus took.
No.
And
Krankus
was already hurt. You were already down what, like 60 some odd hit points?
100.
I came into the battle down 66. The first hit was like, I think he took down 40.
That was brutal.
Like before he even got to go, like, I think I was down 40 hit points,
Yeah.
something like that. Like holy.
Yeah. Yeah. Sai, your favorite Krankus moment?
There are a couple. I mean, there is the Weeble. I mean, literally, it was like down, up, down, up, down, up. That was just amazing. That was really good, and it was the number of, like, really good saving throws that you made, especially in a few of the earlier rounds that were completely clutch. That were like, okay, I'm not going. That your ability to remain conscious and
Yeah, that was
focusing on that is absolutely astonishing.
The saving
It really
throws.
is.
The saving throws aren't really high, but it's the sheer number of them, right? Like, it's because I thought about raising the DC on them a little bit, but it's a matter of it's only like DC 16 for most of them and DC 18 for one of them, and those aren't really like hard DCs for 18th level characters with a bunch of items and some all this stuff going on. But when you're making one every round, every 2 a round, like Jorah was making 2 a round for a while.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The number of times that especially early on, where he was like, he's got +2 on the saving throw and ended up rolling a 19 or something.
That one. That one you rolled an 18, you needed a 16. That was the sleep. Like, that would have just put you straight out. You were done.
Mm-hmm.
You were out of the fight until somebody got over there. Manam, your favorite Krankus moment?
We need to remember how crazy it is and awesome. And I think, like, one of the class I love, Barbarian, especially in high level, when they don't give up. Like, I'm not gonna go down with ease. Hit me as much as you can. I'll be freaking stand up. And what added more about that cool, his mind was like a metal. That with like multiple wisdom check that Ankus had to make.
Oh,
And
yeah.
all of it about 18, 16, 19,
Yeah.
20, even two of them natural 20. That is cool.
Amazing.
Like,
It was
I-
amazing. It was
Like,
almost.
it's, like seeing seeing
It was almost
that
no
big
consequences
barbarian.
either.
Yeah, like no. It's different. No, actually, I will be say no, because that moment I feel as a character like I will not go down easily. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
persuade
I'm
my
not gonna.
wherever.
I'm not gonna leave
Yeah.
my friends here to fight this thing by themselves. Like, no, you're gonna have to do
Yeah.
better than that. Nope, I'm still. Nope, I'm
Yeah.
I am gonna hit you again. You are not getting out of this without Crankus taking another chunk out of you. Yeah, and then that round where you're
Yeah.
like, club it for 17, club it for 18, bite it for 11, kick rocks, right? Like,
Yeah,
No. It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
really good. It was really good. Your ability to remain in the fight is just amazing.
it's annoying. That's what, from this side of the
No,
table, it's annoying.
It's terribly good. It is terribly good.
Oh yeah, on your side of the table, it's like
cool,
yeah.
actually.
On my side of the table, it's like son of a bitch. Because I forgot that he could do that until he rolled that first one. I was like, oh shit, he can stay up. Fuck.
And by the way,
Ooh.
I forgot at least two special things I should be able to. I could have done that would
Yeah.
have helped out a lot.
Yeah.
One being when I go into rage, for every companion that goes into battle with me, I get 6 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
So that would have helped like
Oh.
that would have been like one hit basically,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I could have used the wings to do that right in the beginning. I could have done that to like kind of, because that does I think 8d6 of if they fail their dex save
Yeah.
Yeah,
damage.
with the
Yeah.
Mm.
The wing toss. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's still new stuff. Crankus does like, but Crankus won't forget it next time.
That when I actually, and the other thing when I hit with the natural weapon, even I did the claw and the bite.
Yeah.
I could have done that the infectious fury where they can do it does psychic damage as
Yeah.
well. which I
Mm.
Yeah.
should
You
have
missed the
done that.
psychic damage too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's
Manam.
more I can do.
There's more you can do. Yeah. Because you need more crap to do. Manam, your favorite Jorah moment.
well, I'll start with the adorable moment. I think it's very cute. Like, it's really adorable. He and Casimir always like how couple they are.
Yeah.
I see them so adorable, so innocent, both of them, and he is always plushed.
Yeah.
Like, he loved Casimir a lot because her so innocent that he won't
Yeah.
protect that innocent.
Well,
Oh,
you
wow.
might have
I mean, you say that she's innocent, but you do realise that she's about 500 years old.
Yeah, it's like some
Well, so
of
is
them
he,
at that
Dave.
age are
Well, he's
so
an
innocent.
old soul too. He's an old soul too. Well, yeah, she's kind of innocent because she hasn't been out in the world much. Now she's going to be traveling a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So how is that going to
I'm-
change? How is that going to change? You know, the dynamic. You know.
it will be changed,
Yeah.
and of course that I've been reading my sheet because I always forget because I have a lot of thing. I forget I could save.
Yeah,
even,
you have 3 charges on that thing. You could have done it 3 times, and you only did it once.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I've been thinking like oh god, how did I forget? And I love
that
how
clutch
cool
20.
moment.
Yeah, that clutch
Yeah,
20.
like-
Oh my god, that's because it says
Yeah.
make an attack roll. I'm like, you're like, is that a crit? I'm like, make an attack roll. Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah,
No, that was my.
that is cool. Like, I felt like, thank you for giving me that description. I give that description.
Yeah.
But it's so cool that the amulet that given by Thandra kept him alive and able to retrieve that
And
attack to against
well,
them.
it's especially poignant because it was necrotic damage, right? Like if
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
fire damage, you'd be like, yeah, cool, Sandra, thanks, you know, cool amulet. But because it was like literally trying to drain your life force, and you're like, no, haha,
No, that was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
My deity says nay nay. Tom?
Yeah, I mean, it was the pulling the amulet of the elder gods out. Like, oh wait, I have this thing that could absorb all this, and then the crit on the way back. Be like, that's not how you use this. This is how you use this. Like,
Yeah,
don't bring that weak stuff at me. This is,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it was that.
Yeah, don't bring that weak shit in here.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a necrotic ray. This is a necrotic ray.
Yeah.
Let me show you how a real man does this.
Listen, you bagpipe of doom.
Yeah. Sai?
I always like the character moments between Kazmi and Jorah. I do have to restrain myself sometimes
From being giddy.
from kind of interfering.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, the use of mention the use of the Elder Amulet was absolutely clutch at that moment in time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was also Jorah being prepared to run in and go stabby when necessary.
Yeah.
It does demonstrate. He's not. It's not all just hanging back. He does get stuck in there.
Well, yeah. Well, again, Jorah did what he. I mean, when he got knocked unconscious and restrained and knocked unconscious and almost petrified, and he stood there. He's like, I'm not leaving Crankus up here by himself. Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like I'm not
100%.
leaving Crankus. And Crankus like, I'm not going down. And Jorah's like, good, because you need to stay there, because as long as it's hitting you, it's not hitting me. It's you can see both sides of Jorah, where he's trying to be protection, trying to be the team player, and also like, as long as it's hitting you, it's not hit. I don't have to outrun the bear. I just got to outrun you, right?
Exactly.
As long as it's trying to eat Crankus, it's not trying to eat me, right?
There was a certain level of self-interested survival instinct in there.
Oh yeah.
But nevertheless, he's
This is what
at
Jorah
that moment
calls
in time, he's like getting it there.
Jorah's tactics.
Yeah.
All right.
It is tactics.
Yeah, it's tactics.
That's why I give you the first
Yeah,
go.
that's why that was my favorite. He's like the roll for an ish, and Jorah gets to go first. And he's like, looks over at Crank, he's like, "What are you waiting for? Go get it!" Like, I'm going to give him my initiative. Like, Crankus gets to go first. Like, go on up there, make it mad so it's not looking at me. I don't want to be the first target. I used to have you and Leon up there. No, now I only got one of you. Get up there. Keep going. Move on.
Yeah.
I had to go behind enemy and murk each one of them, because Leon and Crank is taking the lead and taking all the action and the eye. So I had to kill people from behind.
Yeah.
And while they're like, when the Crankus and Leon turn like looking people is dead, they don't know how they did. But that's what happened before. But sadly now, I have
You have
Joe.
Hey, that's
Well,
a you problem.
There's one other thing that just kind of popped into my head. That was the first time that anybody, including Ember, has seen her in that wild shape avatar form.
Yeah.
And that was also quite a nice
Yeah.
kind of moment as well.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
Now, I'm sure the guys will have a big discussion about that. You guys have a big discussion about that when you're sitting around now. Now for
Just what happened there?
We are unconscious. This is the problem. Like, we saw Ember transform, and like Crankus go fall down, and I get unconscious, go sleep. Then I woke up. I petrified. Like a lot of things. Like I remember,
there's
saw
a lot
Ember
of
change.
Yeah, there's a lot of everybody saw her change, and then there was a lot of beams floating around, a lot of beams and tentacles. It was like there was a lot of things waving in the air. You guys didn't get a real great look at it, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of woke up with her standing, floating above you. You're like, yeah, it figures, it's Ember, right? Like you kind of like take it for granted, But I'm sure you have a nice conversation about it. Otherwise,
Oh yeah.
Manam, your favorite NPC story plot moment for the day?
I love the challenge you give it up. Like, it was really good challenge. Like, even so close. Like, I felt so close to all of us screwing up. But I loved that fight. I loved how it's tough. It's cool because when we win hard, like we win and defeat enemy that you throw it is extremely hard, and in our situation and we win, it's have a feeling of satisfying, like we did something great.
Yeah.
It's not like we go full in with all our power item and
Nuke
no.
it down.
And you did not like. And the second thing, and I like it. Jorgal did not like it, but I like it. Is first, it's not about his resist of fire. It's like that asshole is floating 12 feet in the air. I cannot get it. So I had to change and do different thing. Like, it make us
Yeah.
think what we have, like what we have in our hand and how we use it. And I like how to pull these stuff from us without telling us, like, hey, you have this. Now we think about it and we pull it out from ourselves. And I love how that. I love the I love how Robin now have someone to bother now, not Doragal.
He's like, it's not me. It's not me. You were so worried that Robin was going to choose you, weren't you? You were so
I'm thinking
terrified.
like, one of the things I didn't want to question, like Thunder choose Jorogal, and I understand why. And like the thing, like in my mind, but I didn't want to ask, isn't that like conflict of interest? Like, did Thunder go his mind, and Robin like, okay, like
No,
I believe
Robin's motivations are his own. If any of the Pantheon basically does what he wants on a whim, it's Robin.
okay.
Tom, your favorite DM NPC story plot moment?
I like the embodiment of the two sides of the coin. You know, like I can just see like the the captain being like, "Yay, I have such great luck. Watch this." And like he wins. He's like, "Look, I can win any poker hand, but wait for it. Here it comes." Like this is like it's just like you just see him like walking like, "Pick a card, any card, please." No. Like I don't. Like just knowing that the other side is like it's not gonna be. Not that it's gonna be like fatal or deadly. It's just gonna be like some annoyance. Like
Yeah. And that's the worst, right? That's the worst kind of bad luck, right? Is the inconvenient one. Like, most people plan for, like, the really bad stuff. It's the inconvenient shit that, like, you can't pick up your prescription today because the pharmacist is sick. Right? Like, like you go to the store and all you need is bread and milk, and they don't have the milk that you normally get, so you have to get, like, the regular, not, you don't get the 2%. You have to get like the 1% that tastes like water. It's just like it's inconvenient. It's not deadly. It's not going to ruin your life, but it's enough to just go, oh, son of a. Sai?
I really like the atmosphere in the Spire. I really like. I mean, the boss fight was very tough, which was great. I mean, it does, as Manam said, it does provide a measure of satisfaction when you beat it, if it's a tough fight like that one was. And I was wondering when Selasana was going to put in an appearance. I had an idea that something else might happen, but I'm glad that it worked out in this way rather than
Something else.
Well, I tell you what. When the campaign is over, remind me, and I'll tell you what I thought was going to happen.
I try to keep you guys on your toes. That's the.
Oh, absolutely.
Was anybody?
Absolutely.
So here's a question. Nobody brought it up, but here's a question I want to ask. Were you all surprised that the tower moved to a different location?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's
I thought that it was going to rotate and go into a particular alignment. That when they said alignment, that's what I thought that they meant. And so when it started rotating, I was kind of expecting that. Mm-hmm. When it actually changed location, that did throw a spanner in the works.
like I've been thought like in my mind before you said it is like near. Like I thought it's go like the tower moved to the north more
Yeah.
to the shore. That in my mind first.
Yeah.
But when you ask us to make a perception and stuff, and oh god, it threw us that far. That in my mind like, and by the way, Sai said something, but you immediately ask him to make a check, the wisdom check, that, and I will immediately, Yoragal will in his mind will, yes, she's right, but she's correct that one, that it is chaotic, and
Yeah.
no, it's not
Mm.
chaotic. It is the
Yeah.
appropriate place of this tower. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
towers, like now we have an knowledge that each tower is not in its right place.
Maybe it is,
Yeah,
maybe it
right.
isn't. This one definitely
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah.
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 You're not
But-
sure.
That's
But
certainly was.
yeah, so now you're like, is it in the right spot? Is who's in charge? Like there, I wanted to make sure that there were different levels of you guys going. Okay.
No, 100%.
Okay. Okay again. But yeah, you had that thought. You had that thought, and I was like, yeah, that would be your initial thought. But Nadara would tell you, no, look, you're doing the right thing. Because I can just see Sai going, how do I get it back to where it's supposed to be?
Yeah, like
Anyway,
Yeah.
I really, unfortunately,
All
I really do have to
All
go,
right.
so I'm just
Yeah.
going to
Take it
say
easy.
goodbye to everybody.
Yeah.
But listen, that was a really good session. I really had good fun. So thank you for that. And I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. You guys get some much needed downtime. You get a whole day and a half.
Yay. Right, man. See you in a bit, folks.
See ya.
yep, take care.
Yes, and that will do it for us today. This has been Oblivion Unchained Season 4, Episode 9, Realizing the Dream. Where you guys have finally come out and realize what all is happening. You guys are getting a much better indication. I thought we might get to some of this information today. The fight went on a little longer than I expected. It only had 300 hit points. I mean, that's kind of small for you guys.
It's not about the small hit point. It's about this creature is not easy to deal.
No?
Like especially like
Isn't it
in
amazing
our-
isn't it amazing how difficult 12 feet makes a fight? Like,
Yeah.
like it's just one of those things like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. We can, wait a minute, it's 12 feet off the ground? Yeah, I can't get there. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. But,
yeah, that will took us like shake us.
all right, we are going to say good night to everyone. Good night, everyone. Say good night, John Boy. Good night, John Boy. That's an old joke. I don't do. Tom, do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember the Waltons.
Yeah.
I remember
Say good night, John Boy. Good night, John Boy.
the old two-story white farmhouse, and they're all
Yeah.
like, "Good night, John Boy. Good night today. Good night."
Yeah, like 9 kids. All right, we want to thank our sponsor, Comic Book World, comicbookworld.com. Check them out for all your gaming and comic needs. I want to send a big shout out to everybody that helps all of this stuff. Birthday wishes to all 3 of my sons that were born in March. All of them like 7 days, then 9 days. Spencer, Nathan, and Phoenix. Wish happy birthday to all my boys. And then we will see you guys next week. The team gets some much needed downtime. They'll get a couple of days to rest and recuperate and figure out some shit, and then see what kind of trouble they get into when they're dealing with an evil dark witch that may or may not have something to say to Jorah.
Yeah. I mean,
you're only like 400 years past due when you're supposed to report in. It's no big deal. What could possibly go wrong? She can't possibly hold a grudge that long, right?
yeah. I mean, not my fault. It's always my fault,
Yeah,
right?
it's always your fault. It's your fault some way. All right, everybody. This has been Oblivion Unchained, signing out here from the Blue Cheese Room on the dark side of the moon. May all your rolls be crits and may all your draws be lands. Have a good evening. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.